What's up, everyone? Joe C. coming at you, not from the dumpy little office in West Covina, California. We have finally moved. For those who tune in regularly, and by the way, thanks to those who do. We see the listener stats every week increasing more and more, and that's because of you guys. So thank you for deciding to listen in on our shenanigans twice a week. But for those who tune in regularly, I've known that we were going to be relocating the podcast because I've recently made the bold move to purchase a house, and now we will be coming at you from Ontario, California. I've decided to end the year with a best of episode that just recaps all of the best moments we've had on the show. Looking back, the show was much more different when it started back in May of 2018. We had different people working on the podcast, different ideas were implemented, or some that were just being threatened to try to throw into the mix or still are in need of being ironed out. But for 2019, we can look forward to more growth and other senseless crap as we incorporate the things we love the most in popular culture, sports, and music today. So thank you very much for listening into the FUBAR Show. Thank you for downloading the pod on most major podcast apps, subscribing, and telling a friend like a champ. You can always reach us at FUBAR Show. That's FOOBARShow.com. And FOOBAR Show is our handle on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. So, without further ado, here's the best of the FUBAR Show in 2018. Don't be a dick. Have you guys heard about the chick who took the shit at Tim Hortons?
No.
Do you know what Tim Hortons is?
What is that?
Tim Hortons in Canada is supposed to be like one of the most popular donut shops. I guess akin to our Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts, where it's very popular. Like it's the shit up there. Apparently, they make a bomb ass maple bar. So what happened is that this chick goes into a Tim Hortons there. I guess she's been an issue before, where she's asked to use the bathroom and maybe makes a mess of things in there. So they caught on to it. They've identified her, and they refuse to let her back into the freaking bathroom. So she comes in and she starts to pitch a fit, so much so that and I'm putting on the video now as I'm explaining it to you guys. So take a look over here. I'm going to post this up on our Facebook and Twitter, but you'll see that she gets pissed off. She's like, fuck this. So she puts down her yoga pants and just takes a shit right there in front of the cashier.
Well, firstly, she's pointing way too much.
And not only that, but she picks it up and she flings it at the fucking poor cashier. You guys looking at this?
Oh!
So expect to check that. If you want to click on that link, it's going to be available on Twitter and our Facebook.
Hazard at this.
What, totally.
Starbucks?
No, Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons. But the same idea. And if you're looking at the people in the background, they're just like, what? They're like totally oblivious to it.
Dude, if I was a bystander, why wouldn't you just sock her in the face?
I have no idea, dude.
Like, I mean, it's justified. She's shitting in public like that dog. Like any dog does.
But she was like at the ready. Did you see her? Like she just squeezed the trigger and
that
it
was
just came
crazy
out. It was
because
like fucking soft serve,
it took her
man.
like 8 seconds to like get it out. And
Yeah.
she didn't take a small shit, by the way.
No, it was like the size of a baby's head.
It was pretty disgusting.
Yeah, it was gross, dude. And then she flings it. Like, you know what'd be funny though if she shock put it? If she shock puts it, like, cause I mean, she almost had the formation, but then she just did the whole catapult.
Maybe she just had weak
thing.
forearms.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know. But that led me to also. So the other day, I was in LA, and I realized that somebody handed. I was just bar hopping. I was hanging out with the wife and some friends. Mm-hmm. But some guy, I think he crop dusted us, and because it was gross. But then I realized
I admire this man.
When I walked into it, and when I realized it happened, I'm like, motherfucker, because I knew it was. It was just some motherfucker who just walked by like a few seconds ago. But I walked into it, but I think I handed it off too. So I don't know if there's already like a term for this, but the handoff fart or the relay fart, because you got your crop duster. What other kinds of farts do you have? You got your Dutch oven.
Dutch oven. Dutch oven. If you're experiencing a Dutch oven and it's usually not by yourself unless you plan it, so you got someone to blame there.
No, well, I mean, it's not. I wouldn't plan a Dutch oven. That's just like.
I'm just saying that if that happened to you, like someone planned to do that to you. By the way,
yeah.
Like if your wife did it, like it'd be a notorious act against you.
It's just called a Thursday if that shit happens. So I'm thinking, did I just like hand this fart off? Like, was I part of this relay race of farts where like some guy either walks by, expects me to walk into it, I take it somewhere, I stand there for a few seconds and then walk away, but the cloud still stays on the person that I just made contact with?
So are you like?
I think it's a thing.
Are you pushing the air towards them?
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty much creating that suction of air to go towards me and then to just go past me as I stop, and that's kind of like an alley-oop of farts, if you will.
You know, if you want to be most effective, you should have someone drafting behind you and then immediately take a left.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean, is there already a term like that in existence?
I think.
Or did I just create a handoff fart term?
Like a handoff?
The handoff.
It's pretty good. You could also call it sharing the wealth.
Okay.
There's not many terms. Yeah, you're right. This is something people...
I think I'm onto something, right?
I think people just get grossed out at the fart and they end it.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck this guy.
Well.
Like the nerve of this guy. Yeah, I think it's just no one gives a complete thought like that. So you're gonna coin this?
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna speak to the good people at Urban Dictionary.
Hashtag
and
what again?
Coin.
Hashtag what?
Hashtag handoff fart.
Handoff fart.
The handoff fart. All right, and up next we got John Safari from the Orange County Music League. I think he's on hold right now. John, are you on?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going, guys?
Hey, doing well, man.
Welcome.
So this is the first time we're doing a phoner. I hope everything goes well. But how's your day going, man? We were really hoping to have you in on the show, but I understand there was a scheduling conflict. You couldn't make it in.
Yeah, you know, I just took a new production gig over at the Grove in Anaheim, and I thought I was only on the load in, and they had me on the load out as well, so I wouldn't have been able to make it back here to load the show out tonight. But day's going pretty well. How's it going for you guys?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. We like what you're doing with the OCML, the OCML podcast. We just wanted to maybe ask you a couple questions, not have you on for too long. We really, really want you to come in and talk more in length about your efforts of what you're doing, all the good stuff that you're doing over there. But can you just explain in your words or how you've been able to articulate it?
Yeah, don't use my words.
Yeah. The pay to play model and what you're doing to combat it.
Man, three things with it. One, an artist shouldn't have to pay out of their pocket to play. Two, that doesn't mean the artist shouldn't be involved in helping bring in the money for the event, but they need to be compensated for their work. Mm-hmm. The problem that I saw 5 years ago is bands like basically every all-ages event in Orange County, and I mean still in LA for the most part, that they make you sell a mandatory amount of tickets, and if you don't sell all the tickets, you got to pay for the difference out of your pocket. Yeah. This originated on the Sunset Strip when all the talent agents would come out. And like, so you were paying for the opportunity to play in front of talent agents from all the big record labels back when record labels could do something for you. Yeah. So, you know, in essence, like maybe it was worth it back then because a lot of those guys would end up getting signed. Mm-hmm. That trickled down to everybody that's a promoter saying, oh, I don't want to do my job anymore. And so I'm going to be a booker that takes advantage of bands, and I'm going to make them do the promoting, and I'm not even going to make them a fucking flyer.
And you're lucky if they even fucking show up, right?
Yeah, and exactly.
Oftentimes you don't even meet the motherfucker who puts this thing together.
And so for me, that's not a promoter. That's a scam artist that has a fake opportunity for somebody, and they take advantage of the way that you know, young artists obviously want to play on these stages, and they want to say, hey, I just played the House of Blues and all that stuff. People find a way to exploit, you know, the artist for, you know, $1,000 on a Tuesday to play with 4 local bands that don't sound like them. And, you know, fuck off.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's just it doesn't make sense. And, you know, for me, it started as a music fan, and I was going to these shows, and like shows used to be $5, $7, something like that. You know, manageable for something that's local, and that you don't know the bands. You know, you're just going out to kind of be a part of the scene, check out maybe a friend's band. But then they went up to like $12 and $15, and the quality of the music went down at the same time. And I was like, that's ass backwards.
Well,
the people more, I should be getting more.
Yeah, well, the bands that knew better were telling them to fuck off, probably.
Well, and that's 100% what was going on. Is, you know, the bands that would, once you get taken advantage of once or twice through that model, you get over it. But you know, there was nobody at the same time out here educating anybody about why you shouldn't do it, what it is, you know, why you should say no. And really, for me, if every artist was just like, yeah, we're not going to fucking do that for 3 or 4 months, we would be able to get rid of it. Those people would have to change their business model, so they would go out of business. And we've already seen that happen with a lot of the big Hollywood clubs. Like they're going out of business because the model is not going to be relevant anymore because the record companies can't do anything for any of the artists. So without record companies being able to do anything, that pay-to-play model is going to crumble. It just needs to be challenged viscerally and consistently, which is what we've been doing. And we started doing that with free shows where, we sometimes we didn't even make money, but it was, here's a free show. There's no strings attached for the band's fans. Nobody, just come out and have a good time. Start to build a camaraderie among the bands in the scene again, so that we could eventually take down this beast, right?
And that's
if nobody's working together, it's not going to go anywhere.
That's what I always would. That was always my gripe whenever I would play these stupid shows where we had to dish out sometimes from our pocket or bug our aunt or uncle to come out to go see a show. But when you were done, your fans or your people would also leave. There was no camaraderie with the bands, thus there was no camaraderie with the crowd. So you really couldn't make an event out of it,
No, and that's for me. That's what we try to do with every event that we do is make it an event. It's something that the first band stays all the way to the last band. The last band's there to watch the fucking first band. Because if not, I'm not bringing you back, and I'm not going to pay you because you're not a part of the scene. And a part of that, for me, again, paying your dues is real, but that doesn't mean you have to actually fucking pay for them. As an artist and as a band, you need to play free shows, and you need to go play that shitty show that's 100 miles away that's not going to pay you to get the exposure to build a name for yourself to show people that you're serious, and to network with other people that can give you bigger opportunities. It definitely doesn't have a price tag on it for me. And, when people put a price tag on there, it's like false advertisement because most of these events, cool, you got to say, I use the example a lot of, I get a lot of emails from bands that they're represented by a mom or a dad in the band, and they say this band just played at, the Whiskey A Go-Go and Chain Reaction and the House of Blues and blah, 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 blah. And I just laugh at it. I'm like, then so you're going to give me $200 to play? That doesn't mean anything to me because I know that you didn't earn those opportunities. Right. And, everybody tries to take shortcuts. Everybody wants everything now, but at the end of the day, everything takes longer than you want it to, and you have to be dedicated and consistent with it. And you're not going to blow up overnight because there's 5 million bands on the internet. It takes a lot of work, and it takes 3 or 4 years of investing out of your own pocket into your band, right?
Totally.
It doesn't mean to play shows. You need to have good merchandise. You need to have online promo that represents you as a professional, not fucking cell phone photo in front of a dumpster. And bands they'd rather pay $500, $1,000 to play one 30-minute set than they would to use that $500 to do a professional fucking video shoot and get your online branding synced up so you look like you actually are investing in your brand, because as much as you are an artist in a band, you're a brand if you want to be anywhere near relevant in 2018 because we are not making money off of our music anymore.
Hey, John.
We're making money off of events and we're making money off of merch,
So I have a question, John. You're talking about investing in yourself as far as the band, investing in your brand, investing in yourself. When we get you back, we want you to go a little more into depth into all of this.
Absolutely.
But what is something you can kind of maybe a little tip, a little send away to some of the listeners or some of the musicians out there as to that can lead them in more in the right direction away from pay to play and more in the sense of them starting to make a name for themselves, maybe a little bit of money in their pockets. What's one thing they can kind of do probably even now?
Two things I would say are important. One, post on social media more, but less about shows and more about what your band does outside of shows. We're at rehearsal. We're writing a song. We're out promoting. And people want to see the hustle more than they want to be advertised to. So that would be number one.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
And number two would just be to go to as many fucking other local shows as you can and be like, hey, my name's blah, blah, and I'm in this band. Your guys' set was dope. Because that's how I met all of the bands and how I started this is when I was a promoter that didn't know anybody and barely thrown any shows ever, I just went to a bunch of shows. Every time there was one of those free shows at the House of Blues, I'd go and I'd talk to every band after their set, give them a card, get their phone number, buy a CD, buy a fucking tank top, and then book them for a show and, 60 days out. And now I built a face-to-face relationship with them from the get-go. Right. And, they know that I'm genuinely interested in them, not trying to. And so that was the way I was able to get some of the bigger bands who've been playing for these promoters because some of these promoters, they would not make that band pay to play because all the other bands wanted to play with them. And so for me, that's the number one thing that we got to get is the guys that don't have to pay to play, but are the ones that are the headliners of these local shows, and then like the other 4 to 6 bands have to pay to play. Those are the guys that we have to have stop doing it, because then these people won't have those shows to be able to take advantage of you in the first place.
Nice. Yeah, totally, man.
Where can people find your podcast as far as on Apple, Spotify?
Yeah, it's on everywhere major podcasts are at, so you can get it on iTunes. It's the OCML podcast. If you don't have an iPhone, we are on feedburner.com, and so it works on all Android devices and everything like that, as well as I think there's a couple other ones, but those are the 2 main ones,
Okay.
Head over to iTunes or go to feedburner.com if you don't have an Apple device. And, I think we're on episode 88 came out this week, so we're coming up on episode 100 of every Monday. I'm pretty excited about it.
So everybody go to OCML Podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. It's out there.
Exactly. All right. Most of you, all of you, if anybody out there is listening right now or have been listening since the start, or at least in the last few episodes, you will notice that we are sans foo. Ain't that right, David?
It's sad but true.
It's sad but true. And I want to bring everybody else who's in the room in this. We have Josh.
Hey, everybody.
Say hello, Josh. We have Steph.
What's up, my dudes?
And we have Frank, my good friend Frank.
Hey.
So let me just explain. The Foo died a very tragic death just recently. My sources tell me the newspaper of David tells me that he died defending a trans kid from Africa, defending him from ISIS. Very elaborate. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I want to just do a little bit of editorializing because I believe the paper was that he was defending a trans kid in Africa.
Oh, in Africa,
not from.
So
Africa.
he was actually there.
No, he was there.
He got there relatively quickly.
Yeah,
wouldn't you say?
It was an emergency. He was dying, so he got there and he found out that the culprits were ISIS.
Right.
Of course, like
it wasn't just some lady named ISIS.
No,
okay.
no. This was ISIS. This was the main big baddies.
Gotcha.
They were there.
Are you sure he didn't think that it was a lady named ISIS? I mean, the guy was on Plenty of Fish all the time, so I mean, it's very plausible.
Got catfished out to Africa.
Man, got catfished out to Africa.
Fuck you up, dude.
Ended up finding out he had to protect this trans dude because like everyone's going after. Come on, man.
Well, Taps is oddly appropriate at this point right now. Here we go. So the Foo will no longer be on the podcast, and he has his reasons. Oh wait, no, right, he's dead.
So sad.
No, I mean he will be missed. He'll probably provide content. So enough food talk, right?
Moving on.
Well, so I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised to find that we've quickly found a replacement for the Foo. His loving cousin.
What? Loving?
Josh.
Cousin. Loving?
Yay, Josh.
Yay.
We're happy to have him. It was one of the easiest finds since his bedroom is attached to this dumpy little office. So thanks
fortunate for you,
thanks
man,
for doing this.
Yeah, man. Of course. Fortunate for you. I don't do anything, so yeah. I had a lot of open space up in my schedule, and so, okay.
You guys, I also wanted to catch y'all up on the Foo. He's alive and well.
Oh my goodness!
He's in his home planet of Footopia.
My sources are terrible.
Your source? No. Well, you had. I mean, you were half right when you told us that he went to Africa to do some good on this earth. But you guys know, like he wasn't. I mean, the signs were there. He was not into pop culture, or maybe he just couldn't understand it. Maybe he just couldn't relate to it because he was not of this world.
I you know what? I always suspected he was kind of, an alien.
Okay.
But, it was very shocking to find out that he actually did end up leaving the planet.
Yeah. So I embarked on a little quest these last couple days where I put up a satellite, kind of like the what is that satellite that they put up to try to look for extraterrestrial
in contact?
Yeah, was it SETI? I think it's called SETI. Search for intelligent life. Blah 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 blah. I don't know, extraterrestrial intelligence. Search for extraterrestrial intelligence. SETI.
You're going down a road that I've never been down, man.
Well, the more you know. Put one of those up in the backyard, and apparently the Foo's been sending Planet Earth messages for a while, even since he landed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now a lot of it was pretty fuzzy. But I was feverishly jotting down anything that I possibly could.
See, NASA's really fucking up if you're the person that has to find these type of
apparently, man,
discoveries.
Apparently, but I mean, yeah, it's now a lot of this is going to seem out of context. But I mean, this is what I was able to make out from some of the transmissions. For example, apparently this one, if my calculations were correct, this one dates back to November 6, 2016, where the Fugos.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it goes back for a little while, and they're going to be scattered too.
Okay.
I hope I have cold sores and I just don't know it. And then he makes a slurping noise. What do you suppose he was trying to say there? These are all very real too. I couldn't be faking this.
Can you repeat that for me one more time? I don't think I got it.
I hope.
I don't think I heard it.
Yeah,
correctly.
he said, and this is what I scribbled down, and I swear to God, this is true. I hope I do have cold sores, and I just don't know it. Slurp.
Oh.
What do you suppose he was trying to? I mean, that couldn't possibly be the only thing he said in that sentence, right?
That could. I mean, was a lady offering him a drink, and he first thing that comes to his head was, "I hope I don't have cold sores."
No, he says, "I hope I do have
He said,
cold
wait,
sores.
do or
I just don't know it."
Yeah, I hope I do. I just don't know it. Is what he said.
His nightlife was.
Is he angry at someone? Was he trying to anger fuck someone and give them cold sores? And because he doesn't know, he can't go to jail.
Now, I don't know, but this one leads me to believe that he's saying this kind of bullshit on purpose.
Okay.
Because, and I'll tell you why. Because the transmission dates back to August 10th, 2015, where the Fu goes, "Fu, just put it in my mouth." Awkward silence. "Oh, fuck you, man." And then it goes back into being, just getting all staticky again.
It's just things
It doesn't help his case when on August 19th there was another transmission of 2015 that he said where the Fu goes, "Put it in."
Okay, are these voicemails?
Yeah. He needs to learn.
Or is
not
he texting?
To. Yeah,
he might be ass dialing.
Yeah.
So he's texting.
No. These came out of his mouth.
Oh shit.
The transmission was you. So you deciphered this transition or this transmission?
No. I mean, he was speaking American English. I don't know why. I guess that's what they speak over in Foodtopia.
Son of a bitch.
Tell me about it.
America.
So those, I mean, I'm gonna keep them coming because there's a wealth of these. I jotted so many down. I think they date back to 2013.
Were you just feverishly jotting these down? This is gold. This is gold.
This is gold, Jerry.
Gold.
Yeah. So we should all look forward to some of those coming up in the next few episodes.
The Foo Files.
The Foo Files. That's right, the Foo Files. The year was 2018. A lowly podcasting sidekick, better known as The Foo, was beloved by most. For many years, people questioned his humanity until the fateful day when he was catfished from a dating website and found himself escaping the Earth's atmosphere to get away from the infamous terrorist group ISIS and seek sanctuary in this home planet of Foodtopia. Since that day, Josie and his dog Pluto have since been detecting radio waves from Foodtopia, ensuring that their old pal made it home safe. The following is what they found and have since named their efforts the Foo Files. All right, Pluto, let's go find the Foo. We just got to find the right frequency. Do you hear that, Pluto? I think he's trying to tell us something. Let's see here. I think I got it. It's coming in.
I'll be bathing in my kung fu.
Well, it sounds like he's doing just fine. The Foo Bar Show presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. Make a Bong Out of Anything Guy. Mr. Make a Bong Out of Anything Guy. Although you failed woodshop class, you strive to craft anything into a functioning pipe by any means necessary.
Couldn't make a birdhouse.
A pen, an apple, even a water bottle. Nothing stops you from firing up the herbs out of inanimate objects. Are you inhaling pot or plastic fumes?
I'm feeling lightheaded.
So smoke away with your new creation, you psychedelic Renaissance man.
Pass it to the lure here.
And grab yourself an ice-cold Bud Light, Mr. Make a Bong Out of Anything guy. You may never have any real goals, but you're as sure as hell gonna get baked.
Mr. Make a Bong Out of Anything guy.
Dumpy Little Office, West Covina, California.
Any model, any make,
Are you ready for now? 17 of today's hottest commercial jingles in one all-new Power Pack collection. Move into a new dimension with the biggest commercial songs.
Nothing gets to you, staying fresh. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya.
Now you can have all your favorite hits right here, right now. Chart toppers from the Meow Mix commercial, Kit Kat, Toys R Us, C&H, and Chili's.
I want my baby Chili's, baby.
Now delivers nothing but the biggest jingles you crave. But to get them, call the number on your screen.
I am stuck on...
There's never been a jingle collection like this before. Until now. On CD or cassette. To order, call the number on the screen or set check or money order to the amount showed plus shipping and handling. Must be 18 or older to call. Guys, you know how every now and then I'll do the Foo Files. I'll try to communicate with Foodtopia from time to time.
Yeah. You've come back with some interesting findings.
Yeah. So for those who are just who don't know anything about the Foo Files, earlier on in the very first episodes of the podcast, it was the Foo Bar show with Josie and the Foo.
Yes, that's right.
That was my first sidekick, the Foo. And
he was a foo.
And he was a foo, man. Unfortunately, he had to leave the show. He was escaping the likes of ISIS. Apparently, he pissed somebody off. Like, what was it? What was the narrative?
So he actually, I'm telling you, he got catfished. Into going into Morocco.
He was really trying to bang as many human females as possible. That's for sure.
That's for damn.
But he got catfished.
He got catfished into Morocco. I don't know how the hell he found his way out there.
He's the foo.
He's the foo. And then apparently turns out it was someone that was a trans, turned out to be a dude.
Yeah.
It was very confusing. And
it was pretty elaborate. I don't know how we got through with the whole story being so drunk and high as we were that episode.
That's true.
But,
that is true.
Nevertheless, I found a cable to hook up the equipment that I had in the backyard to this very mixer that we're using right now.
Oh.
So, if you guys don't mind, here's another edition of The Foo Files.
The year was 2018. A lowly podcasting sidekick, better known as The Foo, was beloved by most. For many years, people questioned his humanity until the fateful day when he was catfished from a dating website and found himself escaping the Earth's atmosphere to get away from the infamous terrorist group ISIS and seek sanctuary in this home planet of Foodtopia. Since that day, Josie and his dog Pluto have since been detecting radio waves from Foodtopia, ensuring that their old pal made it home safe. The following is what they found and have since named their efforts the Foo Files.
I gotta say that the attempt of the explanation prior to playing this was a complete waste of time.
yeah, we should have just let that run.
So let me try to get a signal from over there here. Let's see. Let me know if you guys hear anything at some point.
I'm trying to. Let's see here.
Whoa, something's totally happening right now.
Oh wow, this is
crazy.
Actually really scary.
Wow, you guys feel that earthquake?
There's that earthquake right now.
There's really an earthquake happening right now. It's pretty fucking crazy. Wow. Oh my god.
What the?
It's the Foo! Foo!
My return.
Yeah,
wow,
but hey,
did you really just move the Earth trying to come
the
back?
Earth really moved
That
right
was
now. That was
smooth
fucking
that was
scary.
That was scary as all fuck.
So put those headphones on, man, and talking to the mic.
How you been, man?
How have you been, pal?
How damn inventions been?
This is the return of the Foo. It's quite momentous.
No.
I think we're a little still freaked out from that earthquake.
That was super scary.
Sorry about
There's
that.
an earthquake.
That was you, wasn't it?
Oh, you bastard!
Sorry.
What's up, man? What's new? We haven't talked to you in a little while.
Just drinking
on the
some of
old
this space juice
podcast.
You mean that space cum?
That jizz.
Listen, man, you can't talk about shit you do with aliens. So let's move on.
Okay.
Wow.
Why not?
I mean, come on, man.
Well, because we're not safe. That's why from the aliens.
This is good pod.
They don't. They don't like the
Excellent
podcast.
pod.
They actually gave me the equipment to come back and are like, tell that asshole to stop yelling into a microphone when it's 2 inches away. And I was like, I'll do my best.
Fuck off, man.
So
Damn.
the aliens are like, chill out.
They're pretty cerebral up there in Foodtopia.
Well, Foodtopia also seems to like pineapple on pizza.
Apparently.
Which is fucked up, yes.
Hey, man.
Delicious.
It's
Wait, Foose, you haven't come around on that yet?
No. You haven't been gone that long.
Yeah, man.
It's only been like a couple of months.
It's been years, actually.
This guy's been keeping your seat warm over here.
Yeah, man. Would you guys like to hear about my travels?
Yeah, what's going on in your travels, man?
Well, oddly enough, before I came back, I actually went up to Oregon and back.
How'd that go?
That was awful.
Why?
Really?
Yeah, it was scary as fuck because there were woods people hitchhiking on the side of the road.
Did you pick any of them up?
No, I didn't.
How come?
I thought about it, but then
I mean, that's an adventure right there.
Are they too woody?
Imagine.
So you know all those movies. You know all those.
God damn it! Get out!
God!
Get out!
You know those movies where like those like creepy ass fucking like The Hills Have Eyes. They're wearing like Silent Hill. They're wearing like mangled clothing that they could just scourge. Well, they're wearing a bunch of clothes covered in fur. So I wonder where they got that from.
Squirrel skin.
Plus, it's like straight out of a movie. Like their like teeth are missing.
Oh,
they only have two in the top, and they have the long stringy hair. It was just like
sounds like a bad time.
Meth, not even one.
If there's just a little bit of light around and some cameras, you would have thought it was an extra set.
Crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, and then also there was this. I was like in the middle of a national park, like maybe in 45 solid minutes of driving away from a campsite, which can only tell you you're probably like hours away from an actual campsite.
Right.
There was like some banging 10 out of 10 LA girl just walking in the middle of the forest with the German Shepherd. Like on her smartphone.
Take it off!
And no, seriously, you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I was so like I was telling some coworkers about it on the way back, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, those are those people who try to like bait people and rob them."
What?
And then this guy told me that his dad knew people about that too.
Oh,
so
yeah,
apparently,
that's right.
this girl was just bait, waiting to like get a ride back to her campsite or something.
Okay,
and then like all those militia guys like just jack you.
Oh, they'll pop up and
they'll rob you.
Yeah, my dad works for a mail distributor, and he has a big client. I won't say the client, but they're a big tech client. And
what do they do?
They're a tech client, and that's all I can say. I can't say more than that.
Apple?
Maybe.
It's Apple.
You wish it was Apple, man.
Anyway, one of their employees was going up to Portland from Sacramento, and he said a woman like that, and the militia actually came. They picked him up and they kidnapped him, and they sent a notice to the company saying, "Look, we have this guy. We have his information. If you want him back, you got to pay us." And so obviously this company had enough money, and they paid it off and kept it hush hush.
That's a bad day.
Yeah. And my dad only found out because the guy that got kidnapped straight up told him. He was like, "Dude, yeah, this just happened to me." And he's just like, "What the fuck?
Do you believe any of that shit?"
Right?
It's hard to believe, but it's
really
hard.
hard
I guess
to
it
believe.
would happen.
Scary.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So what else have you done since you've been away?
Yeah, man. How was your space travels?
Oh yeah, the space travels. So I'd like to call it a galactic voyage, but we'll call it space travels, I guess.
Okay, your galactic voyage. Then
fancy.
Did you go to a different galaxy?
Guess where I went? First, I went and saw Pluto.
Right.
Our
dog?
pats on the head.
It's our dog's name.
No, it's actually I went to the dwarf planet. I suggest you bring a jacket.
Okay.
I see you took notes.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, dude, these aliens, they're on it.
You felt like you needed a report, man.
Dude,
Travelogue.
Yeah.
There's actually a citadel of foos.
Whoa, no.
Yeah.
Shocking.
But it was, by the time I got there, it was all everyone was dead except one guy.
Why?
what happened,
what
man?
was special about this one guy?
He just hid in the broom closet.
Okay.
Okay.
He was the bitch foo.
He's the bitch foo. So then what does that make you?
The foo who saw the bitch foo and was like, "You're a bitch," and then he left.
All right.
All right.
You left?
Yeah, he left. He left.
He bounced. He got the fuck out of there.
I went to Planet Cheka.
Check.
Fuck is that?
It's a planet with Chewbacca-like creatures. They called me Chuko,
Chuko?
which means lost son. I found out through scripture. And then I also went to this planet called Xandar, but it was burned down. Like chaos erupted around the planet. I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, I wonder, huh?
I went to an unknown planet called Question Mark.
What did it look like?
Question mark.
Son of a bitch.
I ran into xenomorph-like creatures there, but they don't kill you. They
give
tickle
you
you.
hugs?
They tickle you with their fucking little scary monster.
Okay.
So it goes,
Which is less preferable to,
That sounds sexual.
which is less preferable to dying.
that is also sexy.
It was scarier probably than the actual movies.
That one is also sexual.
There it is.
Yeah, and then after that they were just like, I told them about the Foo Bar show, and then they're subscribers, man.
Right
Oh,
on,
yeah,
man.
right on.
Well, that makes that accounts for 2 people.
That accounts for none. They're off the grid.
They're off the fucking grid.
Damn
Right?
it. They're pirating
they're
our
pirating
shit.
it. Yeah, I knew they were up to no good.
Sorry, Foo.
Well, shit. I mean, you went pretty far. Sounds like.
Yeah, man.
I think I just went through a black hole.
Yeah.
I mean, I went through a time rift, not a black hole. That
Did
was
you see,
that was a different tonight. But
Awesome.
yeah, other than that, yeah. I see you got a new logo. That's cool.
Yeah, dude. I had to. The other one had your face on it, or at least an outline of your face.
Yeah, it wasn't my face.
Right.
But then also, where's our extra?
Oh, David
Yeah.
on the mix.
David on the mix.
David on the mix fired himself at some point. What was that? Maybe episode 20-ish.
Yeah, I would say so. No.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. He couldn't hang. We were too much for him.
There was too much Foo in the room.
There was too much foliage.
I mean, man, we're recruiting Steph here.
I know. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, man. But
Congrats, welcome back, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, is this only a temporary thing?
I'll be here to and fro.
Oh,
to and fro,
well, you
like
got
Steph.
That, they got that
Pretty
photo
much.
gun.
Pretty much.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on.
So it just if the aliens need me to step in again.
The Foo Bar Show presents Real Men of Genius. Real Men of Genius. Today we salute you, Mr. Pineapple on Pizza Lover Guy. Mr. Pineapple on Pizza Lover Guy. Even in the face of ridicule, you maintain your stance to put fruit on an internationally beloved cuisine without any regard to your personal character. My cape is at the cleaners. With Italians and Ninja Turtles alike standing tall in opposition, you proceed to suggest it as an option for the company party, but you only end up feeding on their hatred. Heroes in a half shell. So stand proud at the kiddie table with the sweet and the savory, you clueless eater. My straw went through the juice pouch. And grab yourself an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Pineapple on Pizza Lover Guy. Because after choosing to bastardize this dish with bad decisions, you're gonna need something to wash it down. Mr. Pineapple on Pizza Lover Guy. Dumpy Little Office, West Covina, California. We had an interesting weekend.
Oh, yeah.
We saw the fight over at DJ No Chill's house.
DJ No Chill.
DJ No Chill, that's right. And
DJ No Chill.
DJ No Chill. And you know what, man? He was pretty chilled out for the most part.
Most part, but there was a point where you were
gets in the way. Yeah.
Yeah. You were equally as drunk at some point, though.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, is that not what we're doing here? Is that not what we're about here, son? Okay.
Listen,
Continue with your story.
I thought we were having a party. I thought we were going to enjoy some drinks.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Continue your story, sir.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, which is, what are the odds? And after you hear what the fuck happened, you're going to be like, what are the odds? Now, the first round was, it was unfortunate because it didn't turn out so well. Somebody actually got hurt.
First round of what, man? What are we talking about here?
Well, the screen door at DJ No Chill's house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh.
So what happened was that Josh's sister went. It was a family affair.
Yeah. So my sister had gone inside to use the restroom, and there was a screen door, and how they have it, they have like 3 steps going up. They're slightly steep, especially if you're not paying attention. So my sister had just recently started recovering from a dislocated ankle and a strained Achilles tendon.
Poor thing.
So she's come. She had a few drinks already at this point, stealing them from my mom, mind you. And she's
21.
She's 21. She's 21.
Oh, okay.
So, but she just stole my mom's drinks.
She looks very young.
Yeah, no kidding. She looks like 16. So I see her coming out. I'm like, okay, and then she just barrels through the screen door. Exactly. So she goes through, but she doesn't like fall. She steps through it. It pops off, and she tries to catch it, but she lets it go. And instead, she like just lets it go flat and tries not to step on it. So she steps to the side and puts all of her weight on the ankle that was messed up.
Yeah.
And she immediately just dropped to the floor crying. So I just jumped up. I was like, oh shit, jumped up, went over there. I'm like, oh shit, are you okay? Are you okay? You know, I tried picking her up to get her inside. Eventually we did, you know, after she kind of realized, like, oh shit, everyone's looking at me right now. I picked her up. I took her inside. We laid her down. So it
was funny until we realized that she was pretty hurt.
Yeah. So I came out. I told everyone she's fine. She was hurt, but, you know, she's fine. So 5-10 minutes passed?
Yeah, I would say more like 15 minutes passed, and your aunt goes into the house.
Yes, my aunt was in the house with my dad's younger sister. She was in the house with my mom, helping take care of her. Yeah. So, like he said, about 15 minutes later, my aunt walks out of the house and takes down the screen door.
Oh my god.
And
what, like, I would say 20 minutes later now at this point...
Hold on. You had prefaced this, though, because there was my last name is Nickenig. Right. So there was a preface, you know, right after this happened, it's like, oh my god, where's the trifecta?
We're just looking for, like, somebody from his family and his last name,
you know,
to barrel through the screen door.
So,
which is, I gotta give props to the Screen Door Factory.
Oh, dude, that thing,
because they built a champion of a screen door.
This is a sliding screen door,
similar to one we have. So he then said that, and then you know, time passes.
The food joined us. He's currently I think he said he left the stove on in Foodtopia.
Yeah,
so he had to go in today.
He had to work, finagle some things to kind of get back there.
Right.
You know?
So, but he was there at the party with DJ No Chill.
DJ No Chill.
He was.
And me and him were talking, and we're just like, dude, that's so funny. How funny would it be if like Josh or his dad would barrel through the screen door? And it's like we cued it because right after we said that,
oh my
we just see this guy just barrel through the fucking screen door.
Okay.
And everybody was like, what are the fucking odds of this happening? And then me and the Foo were just like, high five, motherfucker. Like, it couldn't have gone more perfect than it went.
Okay, in my defense, I was drunk. And
we all were drunk.
Shut the fuck up. And two, it happened twice before, so it wasn't only me.
Yeah, but your last name had everything to do with that situation.
Shut up. Right. And then three, I didn't break it. I immediately caught it and immediately put it right back up. So it wasn't like super embarrassing. Shut up.
So me and the Foo were talking, and we're just like, hey man, because your brother lives over in San Francisco, we're just gonna buy a red eye for this motherfucker to come down and just barrel through the screen door and peace out.
Just to make it complete.
And then call your sister too.
They call Ashley.
It's like, Ash, get over here. We need you. It's an emergency. We promise.
It'll be totally worth it.
Show enough.
And get her.
And that dog just keeps getting in the way every time.
You know what? He thinks there's a snack. That's why.
The day is done. Let's have some fun and yell at everyone. For the foos on the run. Foos on the run. For the foos on the run. Foos on the run. Got the sports with Josh, health and such with Steph, and a joint report today. The fool will pop on in when the coast is clear and smoke weed every day. Foos on the run. Foos on the run. When the day is done, let's have some fun and yell at everyone. For the foos on the run. Foos on the run. Yeah, the foos on the run. Foos on the run. Foos on the run. Foos on the run. Talking rock and roll, music and hip hop. There's no good country these days. Local artists joining in to foo it up and give their tracks a play. Foos on the run. Foos on the run. When the day is done, let's have some fun. Yell at everyone. For the foos on the run. Foos on the run. Foos on the run. Foos on the run. Well, anyway, man. I have something special today.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, a little bit. The Foo. I think the Foo created a new segment for the show.
Did he now?
And-
What'd you do, man?
Well, you got to understand, everybody out there. The Foo, though he may not be of this planet, he's still a bachelor.
Sure.
Galactic Bachelor.
Okay, he's a galactic bachelor, and
all kinds of galactic STDs.
he goes on a lot of galactic adventures. So, Foo, you were telling us some crazy stories, and I just figured we would name this one "The Woes of Online Dating." All right,
man.
Foo. So you've told us some crazy stories already about your, online dating extravaganza. So I just figure, we can go over some right now. I understand you wanted to highlight two recent ones that I think it would be a service to all males out there on these sites to know that shit like this happens.
This should be a PSA.
Educational.
This is a PSA to all people going on those online dating apps.
Yeah, be careful, man.
Listen to this with caution.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're just saying, like, it's not men that are garbage. It's not women that are acting like garbage. But it's just anybody can just be garbage.
Just anyone, man. Anyone. Everyone. Be careful. On
Everyone's a keyboard warrior, dude.
For real, man. All of a sudden.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus. But tell us some of your latest escapades.
So, I had a plan, like most guys, to go out with a lady.
Uh-huh.
And I also had a backup plan, which...
Good job. Good
it
job.
just depends how the night might go.
Uh-huh.
So the first lady we met, and she actually gave me her phone number, and we were texting.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is where
That's exciting.
It was very exciting, Foo. Especially the subject matter of the text.
Oh.
Yeah, get you all riled up.
Yeah, so
Right.
we plan to go out, and I was just like, at least for me, when I take a girl out now, I pretty much ball out. Night one.
Okay.
Just kind of flex a little bit to show her like who's boss.
Yeah. Okay. as one does.
Is this going to be on the test?
Yeah.
It will be.
Hold on.
Are you writing this down, dude?
No, I don't have pen and paper.
Right behind you there, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Hold on.
Shut up.
Just make sure it works.
Anyways, don't log this. Anyways, so we plan to meet up, and we're pretty much good to go. And there were probably some really minor warning flags. Well, number one, we never talked on the phone.
Oh.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just texting.
All right.
All right.
And so she
Wait.
gives me her address.
Hold on. It didn't turn out to be a dude, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Woo-wee.
Okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Jeez.
More even like that.
I know. So she gives me her address, and I'm like, cool. I'm ready to go. And I let her to know, or I'm getting ready to go and let her know, like, hey, I'm going to leave right now so I can show up fashionably late. And good thing I did instead of just leaving, because she was just like, if you want me to come outside, PayPal me $100.
What the fuck?
Dang.
And I was just like,
she's holding her pussy for ransom.
And that was my first thing. I was just like, okay, this could go several ways.
Yeah.
She's just a catfish.
Okay, yeah.
She's someone that's just doing
It already
this.
is a catfish.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty
much is, but
yeah.
like the way I'm thinking is like the catfishes who actually have the balls to try to meet the people on the other fucking.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a person like that, or I thought it was just some like prostitute or some escort, but I was just like, no, escorts have class. They'll just straight up be like,
yeah, there's a level of customer service that they have to adhere to.
Exactly. So she was unprofessional,
Right.
if she was one.
Or she just could be starting out, man.
Because 100, I mean, not that I
Baby
know
steps, I
anything
guess.
on,
Baby steps, man.
not that I know anything on the subject, but $100 is not like,
Yeah.
they're losing money.
Okay.
They are. Anyway, so
Discount, man.
So I was just like, are you serious? Like, you're putting
Discount.
discount. So I was like, kind of like, all right, just kind of send off text, like, what the hell? Like, all right, like, you fake ass bitch.
Damn.
Yeah, she started to like get upset, and I was just like,
Goddamn son of a bitch!
yeah, I was just like, all right, well, fuck. I was pretty much like, fuck off, you don't have to text anymore. And then she just kept texting, and I was like, all right,
God damn!
I'm just gonna block her.
Uh-huh.
I block her number, and I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I'm gonna go have some dabs with this guy outside.
All right.
But I'm playing some PUBG, and I get a random text from an unrecognized number. So I'm like, all right, what is this? Because sometimes I get those texts.
Yeah.
And it was the chick like, hey, why did you block my number? Blah blah blah.
Dang.
And I was just. And
she has resources, food.
I know, and I was just like,
she's connected.
I was like, now there's two options. She could have bought a burner, but if she's asking for $100, it doesn't sound like she's buying burners.
Okay.
No.
Or she just used like a family member's phone or a friend's phone.
Right.
So I immediately was just like, nah, just block again. Like, fucking, goddamn, that's annoying.
So this entire time you thought that you still thought that this was an actual woman doing this.
Yeah, because you hadn't seen her.
You hadn't seen her and you hadn't heard her voice. Everything was only digitally via
Through text.
pictures.
Is that right?
Is that right?
Okay.
Am I getting all of this correct?
No, you're not.
I'm not. Okay.
No.
I thought you said. I thought you said you never spoke to her.
I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you know those pictures are real?
Who knows, man?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, like she get, I don't. Who knows?
That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe
Isn't this online dating 101?
What do you mean? Is this?
No, I don't know. I don't. I'm asking questions here.
Nah, man. Online dating, just grab whatever you get.
Yeah, it's one of those now.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
It's like.
So
there was some decorum back in my day.
Nope.
Nope.
It's gone, man.
Well, like I said, man,
I just met this nice lady on Zanga.
The heyday of fucking dating is.
I couldn't find her on MySpace.
The Facebook pokes, man, don't work no longer.
No longer.
Ooh,
No
they still
longer.
have that on Facebook as a feature?
I
Yes.
think so.
The pokes?
The poke, yeah.
Oh man.
Disturbing.
Yeah. a little bit.
Anyways, so
Yeah, continue your
Anybody
story.
poke anybody anymore?
Oh, well, hold on.
Don't get
maybe,
us started.
Maybe,
Oh,
maybe,
no.
maybe
You
he
didn't
did.
get poked, did you?
no, man, no. You gotta listen.
Okay.
Continue.
So I blocked the number, like not even fucking with it. Like, all right, goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
Like 15 minutes pass, and then me and this guy are having a dab outside.
Oh, okay.
And then I get like another fucking unrecognized text.
What the fuck?
And I was just like, all right, what the fuck? And then this chick was just kind of like,
quote,
you
chick.
think, yeah,
Right.
you think you can block me? I have resources, blah, blah, blah. I know, and I was just kind of like, holy shit, what if she does? And she's
gonna get it on, Phil.
She was just like, you don't know what I do for work, by the way, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, what the hell?
Is it this?
What?
Are we looking at
Are
it?
we looking?
So she was just like, I know where you work. And I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And she didn't, because she said I had told her. So I tediously scrolled through all my messages with her, and I did no such thing. So I knew she was bluffing. So I just blocked that number again, and that was it.
Okay. And you haven't gotten anything else since?
No, nothing.
That's funny, dude.
She was trying to bait you, man.
So what happened with this other hippie chick?
Yeah, what happened
You were
to the
telling
backup
us about
plan?
a backup plan.
Yeah, what happened to the backup plan?
The backup plan was in Riverside.
Jesus.
Oh, what the fuck?
So not only...
You went a couple counties over, dude?
Just 1.5.
Okay. Oh, way to the boonies.
Uh-huh.
And so I meet up at some bowling alley.
Okay.
And she's like...
Wait, you actually went to Riverside that night? What the fuck?
I like bounce like at 11:15 at night.
Damn, I was fucking faded as all hell then. Damn.
Okay, so you're in Riverside.
It's like
11:30.
No, I'm not in Riverside 11.
He left
You're
at 11.
leaving?
I'm leaving like at 11.
LA at 11?
Yeah.
11, 10:45-ish.
Oh my god. Uh-huh.
Continue.
So I get there around midnight, and then I see her, and she was doing karaoke, and then she's done. She walks up. She's like, "Hey, I need to tell my boyfriend goodbye."
What the
I
fuck?
was just like,
What the?
everybody!
What the fuck?
so I was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And she was just like, "Oh no, one of my friends has been telling the bar I'm his boyfriend." So I was just like, "So are a bunch of people just gonna follow me right now?" But no, it didn't turn out that way. And then she said bye to her friend, and she came back and she's like, "Hey, I have to go get my kids." And I was just like,
What the fuck?
What?
What is happening?
I was just like, all right, well, I drove out here. so
And
I'm
damn
gonna
be it all.
So I'm gonna play along. Bad choice, Foo.
Oh no, what happened?
She's
Foo?
just like,
I'll let you finish.
She just like, just follow me to pick them up, as if that's not creepy.
Uh-huh.
And then I just tell her, let me meet you at your house. And she's like, oh no, don't park in front of my house. My neighbors are insane, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
what the fuck?
What's happening?
All right, so you go from a crazy couple of guys playing a catfish trick on you to a hippie chick.
When did we establish it was a couple guys?
Listen, man, that's what everybody's thinking, all right?
Come on, man. The evidence is there. It's in the details.
And now you go to this hippie chick that's just shitting out kids and making boyfriends at a random bar.
Dude.
I know.
All right,
Wow.
so what happens when you fucking do all that?
So did you bail out after all?
I went to her house before I decided to bail out.
Okay, all right.
You're a
Did she
trooper,
promise
man.
anything at this point?
What do you mean promise?
I
You
mean,
don't-
did the
That's
nice
not how
lady
this-
say?
That's not how it works, man.
Okay, all right.
That's this guy. It doesn't
Doesn't
work that way anymore,
man.
dude.
You really got to work for it now, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it sucks.
I am so glad I am not in the dating fucking scene right now.
You son of a gun.
Jesus
Bastard.
Christ. Okay, all right.
Tapped out early.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
So we decide to have a smoke,
Of course.
and then she starts getting super rambly for like an hour.
Oh my god. Okay.
Shocking.
Dude, you committed a lot of time.
And
to
at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Even if I wanted to leave right now, I'm really fucking baked, and it's like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I have like 60 miles to trek.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Like I shouldn't do this right now. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just chill for a bit. And then like she's like, let's go play some Xbox, and I was like, all right, cool, I can get with this, fine.
Okay.
Let me just sober up. And
That one is also sexual.
well, we go to play Xbox, and then like her kid is up playing Xbox.
Oh, what?
And he's like, I want to hang out with you guys, and I'm just like, What the hell do I do?
Oh my god!
You're about to
Jesus Christ!
Uncle
Jesus
Fu.
Christ!
Theo Fu.
So we sat down and we watched her son play Xbox for like another hour and a half.
And then she put a blanket over you and start reaching over.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, then what
All right,
happened?
So you got a small bag of popcorn.
and
Put a hole in the
and you know what,
bottom.
man? And she let me eat her children's candy from Halloween.
Okay, all of
Wow, all of it?
No, just as much as I wanted, though. So
All of it?
no, I didn't want all of it. It was shit candy.
Oh, all right. Go ahead.
I was in like white trash central, man.
So then what happens? You just watch the kid.
We're just watching the kid play, and then finally the kid goes upstairs, and then she's just like, my friend's calling me, blah, blah, blah. He's all drunk. And I was just like, oh, my God.
What the fuck?
Here's my chance.
Yeah, so you bounced.
Yeah, so I bounced.
Oh, my God.
And then I had to drive an hour home.
Does this happen regularly?
No, foo. This is me going above and beyond. I usually don't have a backup.
All right, Dateline. Right now, as we record this, it's Thursday, November 8th.
Dick.
Let's see how many podcasts go in between the next woes of online dating. That stupid music gets me every time.
What terrible night.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, man. All right, everybody. I am Joe C. I'm here at the LA Convention Center for the LA Comic Con. Say what's up, Josh.
What's up, Josh?
God damn it. Okay, so what have we seen so far, man?
It's some crazy ass cosplay going on here. We saw a Vegeta, Bulma, and a little mini Super Saiyan Blue Goku. There was a bunch of Spider-Man taking pictures.
A lot of Spider-Man, yes.
There was a Storm that looked like she went through some troubles. But not that I'm judging or anything. There's anything wrong with that. Yeah, man, it's been crazy stuff. I saw a Ness from Super Smash Bros. Carrying around a bat.
Right, yeah, we saw this guy dressed as Ness. Actually, he's right in front of us, walking over there. Yeah, we just went to one of these, was it Cleveland-style Reuben types of food trucks?
Trucks, yeah, like they had Reubens. I just had a maple bacon fries, which were amazing, by the way, or sweet potato fries.
I had the bacon mac and cheese fries. Those things were very filling. I didn't even finish it, so
too much for it. I mean, they give you your money's worth for sure, but.
And Josh, you got one of these mystery boxes. What did you? I saw that you opened it up. What was in there?
It's just like a bunch of little collectibles, like little Dragon Ball Z collectibles. There was a stuffed plush Master Ball from Pokemon, and then there's like this little pop toy from Secret Life of Pets, the Crazy Rabbit that Kevin Hart plays.
Oh, crazy!
Yeah, so I'll probably give that away to my little nephew and such. But yeah, some pretty cool stuff in here. It was like $40. Like all this stuff's worth $100, so it was a nice little mystery box. They had other stuff too, like a NES, a big NES controller box.
All right.
Yeah, and I believe they also had like the 1-Up Mario box too, like with the little with the little question mark.
And that had like Mario types of toys in there.
Probably, yeah. I think each box, depending on what the outside is, has that same element inside. So it's all mystery stuff. You could probably get a big thing or a bunch of little shit like I did.
That sounds pretty dope, man. So I hear that we missed Tenacious D. That was supposed to be yesterday, right?
Yeah, Tenacious D was on Friday. They were the last ones to be on main stage because they also premiered. They premiered their post-apocalyptica animated show.
That's right. Yeah, they're coming up with that new show.
Yeah, they had the screening last night. So, yeah, I mean, unfortunately we missed that, but there's some good stuff going on. Elijah Wood's going to be here tonight.
Oh, shit, for what?
He's going to be showcasing his movie Mandy that Nicolas Cage is in. It's like a horror movie.
Oh, crazy. Okay. Is he producing it?
He's producing it, and I think he wrote it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to see that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was just on before we got here. And then we're also going to see, for those of you who are Flash and Arrow fans, Black Canary and Black Sirens, Katie Cassidy, she'll be here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you ready to get inside, man? Because it's hot as a mother.
It's hot as balls out here, so we'll see if we report anything else
What's up, my dudes? So, Fangoria Fan Guru is hosting a scavenger hunt for this year's LA Comic Con, and my friend Christina and I have been partaking in the scavenger hunt. Pretty much what you do is you download the app, it gives you directions, and you have to take a picture with a group of cosplayers, a horror film character.
Horror films?
Horror. I don't know, a bunch of other stuff too. And the last picture we need is a picture with the Hulkbuster, and that is the
big Iron Man suit, right?
The big Iron Man suit that, ironically, Banner actually wields himself in the Avengers movie.
Instead of just turning into the Hulk.
Right, because he can't. So we have yet to find it, and we can't take a picture with a toy. We have to take a picture with a full life-sized replica.
Oh, crazy. Is that supposed to be around here somewhere? Like, you just got to locate it?
We have been looking for it, and we cannot find it. So we're thinking it's...
Is it mobile?
We don't know. It's either a statue or somebody's actually cosplaying as a Hulkbuster.
Interesting. So when you finish the scavenger hunt, what do you expect to win?
It just says come back to their booth and collect your prize. So I don't know. We might get a nice hat or, crisp high five. We don't know.
All right. Well, we'll keep on walking to see what kind of shenanigans we can get ourselves in. All right. Well, here we are back in the break area. I think we're waiting for some of our friends to get something to eat. But God damn it, Josh, you bought a shitload of stuff. So there's these mystery boxes that everybody's all into.
Well, a few of the mystery boxes, again, like I had said previously, one of them was in the shape of Dragon Balls. They had the Dragon Ball design of the stars. Others had one-up boxes for Mario. There's a big NES controller, and each of them are supposed to have a bunch of mystery items, either based off of the box itself or just random. So one of the boxes,
but you got like two more.
I got like three total. Yeah. I kind of went out of control, but
one of the highlights too was a pipe that you bought in the shape of Thanos. The guy pretty much had you sold when he said what?
The gentleman said, yeah, he'll get rid of half of your weed.
And that sounds about right. At least half.
Thanos is very fair when it comes to your ganja. So at least you'll still have half left.
Right. So
that was pretty cool. Like that whole little setup they had over there. It was called like edibles, and they had a lot of CBD types of edibles and things. That was pretty interesting, wasn't it, Jesse?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty dope. They had different kinds. Like I really liked the Bowser one that they had. It was like a pipe, and they had other kinds of superheroes. Every pipe had like a little theme to it.
They had a Hulk. They had a Hulk one that looked pretty cool. Yeah, man. But as soon as I saw that Thanos one, I just like, okay, all right, that's it, game changer.
Word.
They even had like this long Gandalf style of pipe, but it was like rubbery.
Yeah, the guy said that it would never break, which is awesome because I remember stepping on one of those and it cut my foot open. Yeah, that was yours, you dick. Yeah. I know.
You got to know that I keep everything around me booby trapped.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Anyway, so
you've actually been quite popular here at Comic-Con. Everyone seems to be pulling you aside like, David has pumpkins. But I'm still saying you're missing the greatest opportunity to really lean into it. You're never saying, any questions?
I don't think there's ever an opportunity to say it so far. There's been one.
There's only been one, but I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you were extremely high at the time.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
Hey, I'm sorry. Are we not here to have fun?
No, this is America. You're right.
Oh, this is America. It's not America. No, this is America. Oh, yeah, but...
What's like the most exciting thing you got? I saw that you got like a comic book. You got a few T-shirts. You got some Pops figurines.
One of the most exciting things I got so far was a Dragon Ball Z figure, an actual action figure for Mystic Gohan, which is Goku's son, supposed to be just as strong, and it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Got a lot of Goku. Got a lot of anime stuff. That Aki Bento box, which was amazing. All the stuff that was in it. I found a Goku Black Pop toy, which is very rare to find, and I was the only one out of all the three of us that purchased it, Steph and Christine included, that actually got it. So it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff.
Dope, man. Well, I don't know how much longer we're going to keep walking around. I'm sure we don't want to catch another... I'm sure we don't want to miss, another baseball game. We got the Dodgers playing.
We got another 18 innings that we got to watch.
Jesus Christ. Last night was it was killer. Yeah, it's like we were watching two different games. I mean, by the end of the game, you forgot that Bueller had started pitching.
Yeah, you forgot Bueller had pitched a gem, mind you. A gem, no runs. What, 7 Ks, 7 strikeouts?
Yeah, but the bats were dead.
Yeah, both sides, though. That's the good thing. Like, at least we quieted down the Red Sox bats because they were just fucking raping us in Fenway Park.
Yeah, it was weird, man. At least it was, a good weather to play baseball yesterday here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was around 90. It's going to be around that today, I believe.
Pretty bright outside as we are. I mean, we're outside of some food trucks right now where everybody's just hanging out.
There's a nice breeze coming through, though, so that's kind of helping. It's much cooler inside, but it's just so crowded.
It's really crowded in there, and I think they're getting set up for another panel coming up that everybody seems to be excited about. I haven't seen the schedule yet, but we saw one of the most exciting people I saw so far. Well, we saw the Red Ranger and the Yellow Ranger from the old school Rangers, Power Rangers.
We saw Michael Bean.
Michael Bean was there. Danny Trejo, Machete himself.
Was in a Rams jersey, mind you. Jared Goff Rams jersey and Rams hat, so that guy's ready. He's ready.
Yeah, that guy, he's ready for it. So, awesome, man.
Yeah, man. So, we'll obviously recap this more as we come back, as we get back home into our dumpy little office. But it's been great so far. It's just goddamn packed. It's like Disneyland times 10 in a sardine fucking can.
Yeah, and the cosplays are pretty impressive here, too. I've been checking out a lot of these creative cosplays that I'm seeing around here. And have you seen any ones that stood out to you so far?
There was a Power Rangers Venom, like, cosplay.
A Black Power Ranger, right?
A Black Power Ranger that was, like, as if Venom had took over him, which was pretty cool. That was a pretty interesting take.
Yeah, I saw a Deadpool Stormtrooper.
Oh, yes, I did see him too. There was a family running around here dressed as the Bulma, Vegeta, and Goku.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool too because the guy had long enough hair to where he put it up almost like Vegeta's, so that was cool. There's a guy that's dressed around here like Kratos from God of War with an axe, and he just straight up yelled in the middle of the entire place.
Yeah, it was crazy. One of the ones that have stood out is this guy in a really convincing Captain America holding up a sign that said Trump is Hydra.
Yeah, that's great. He's just walking around with the sign, posing with the sign. It's cool. I actually saw a Spider-Man Iron Man like crossover.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, the Shield had the spider sign over on the back. And it was like he just all like Captain America'd out, but he's in the Spider-Man suit.
That's crazy.
From scratch. Like a lot of these cosplays are great because you could tell a lot of people put a lot of detail and work into them.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, when you have a proper cosplay that's almost to the T, as far as what it was when you saw the movie, I mean, they probably invested around $500 on something like that at least.
Yeah, especially some of these guys that dress up as like Star Wars characters. They were selling some lightsabers here, and they're actually like battle ready. Like you can actually smack them and fight with them, which is pretty crazy. But it's like $100 to $300 depending on the lightsaber you want.
Wow. Well, I like lightsabers, but I don't love lightsabers that much.
If I can beat the shit out of somebody without going to jail, then yeah, I like lightsabers.
And make it sound and look somewhat cool.
Yeah. Like boom, boom, give me your money, boom, boom.
All right, man. Well, we're going to have a quick snack, and then we're going to walk around for a little bit and then maybe get home in time to watch the first few innings of that Dodger game. So
try and beat the traffic from out here. I know it was crazy last year when we tried to leave. We actually waited, another extra hour, Steph? We waited an extra?
Yeah, about an extra hour just to get out of the parking lot and onto the freeway.
So we may think about leaving, I would say maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours early. Yeah, it's been fun. Great. definitely advise everyone that can come out next year. Definitely look into it. Tickets usually go on sale in like August, July, so always look out for it, guys.
Sweet, man. All right, well, back to us in the studio, I guess.
So earlier today, I had to make a trip out to Century City area for work, and while I was there, the fear came upon me. Yeah, I was
the fear. Explain what the fear is.
So the fear for those of you who are not familiar with is when you feel like you got a massive shit brewing and you have absolutely nowhere to go.
You're groundhogging,
and it's not fun.
It's coming up for air,
especially when you're in your car and you still got like about 5 more miles to go.
Yeah,
and there's no bathrooms around you.
Jesus.
So for about 10 minutes, I'm kind of sitting in my car like, son of a bitch, where can I stop off? I'm like, son of a bitch. So then I come up on, still on Olympic. I come up on a Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf that's on Olympic, and so I pull in. I park. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go in there. So I pretend like I'm waiting in line, and so I'm
like,
are you
just farting on everybody?
No. I'm like holding my stomach because it's hurting. Like it feels like I got a freaking stone. No, gross. So I'm waiting in line. Dick. No, man, I try not to do that in public. It scares people.
Wait, you're waiting for a line in a bathroom?
I'm waiting in line for I'm waiting in line, like, to go into the actual shop or cafe. And so I'm pretending to wait in line at this point, pretty much, because I'm like, okay, maybe if I pretend to wait in line, they won't mind me using the restroom. Well, because most places around there, you have to be a buying customer to use their restrooms. For like Starbucks and Coffee Bean, they won't just let you use their restrooms. So I figured, okay, if I just pretend like I'm just one of these people, I could just sneak dick.
As he's walking towards the restroom.
Well, no, it was like right there by the entrance. So I stood there. Dude, I waited for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Why? And I already waited because someone was in there. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I'm like knocking on the door.
So you just got in line and bought something?
No, I sat down. Okay. I had to sit down. No, I stayed right there. I knocked on the door 5 minutes after. I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And then I hear the toilet flush. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, this fool's going to come out. 10 minutes later, no one comes out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, this guy's probably having a crisis and Josh is panicking.
Dude, hell yeah. I was about to have a crisis. The whole Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf was about to see my worst moments in my life.
Wait, while you were on the clock at work?
Yeah. Yeah. While I'm on the clock at work.
Well, no, I just meant like while you're during work hours, because like, what if you shit your pants? Would you tell Bruce like, dude, I gotta go home?
Oh hell yeah! I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do this job. I'm going home, man. I'm done.
Wait,
I was delivering something.
Hang on. They call this one the girly.
So I'm knocking on this door again. So then this other guy comes up behind me and he's gonna go to the bathroom. I'm like, dude, I'm waiting. He's like, oh really? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what the hell's going on? He's like, you've been here for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I know, I don't know what's happening. So even that guy knocked on the door. So then finally, 5 minutes after, or 20 minutes after I had initially waited, the guy finally opens. As an older white gentleman. Yeah, I gave him the worst look. I'm like, motherfucker. So then I go into the restroom. Dude, it reeks because I'm like, dude, this dude just blew this shit up. And I'm about to go, and then I look. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with this toilet seat? All in front of the porcelain toilet seat, in the very front, not in the bowl. Outside the bowl in the front is just a bunch of shit.
Oh no.
What the fuck? Yeah. I'm like, what the? I yelled, I'm like, what the fuck? And I get out the door, and then the guy that was...
can't even flush
it. I can't, and I still have to fucking go. And so then the guy behind me is like, what happened? I'm like, this guy shit all over the fucking bathroom. He's like, in the toilet? I'm like, no.
In the toilet. It's quite specific that you asked, sir.
So then I get the patron in the front. I get the fucking barista. I'm like, dude, this dude just shit all over your toilet. He cleaned it all up. Finally, it took him 20 minutes to clean that shit up. So is
there no other place you can go?
No, man. The traffic was terrible.
You couldn't jog across the street.
Fool, I was at the point of no return. If I had moved another inch,
dude. Jose, this guy was shitting in that coffee bean in or outside the toilet.
Either way, man, it was coming out. I was not leaving that coffee bean and tea leaf. I was there, man. And then I did my business, and then I bounced.
Oh, God.
This one's called the Just Made It.
Hey, that's exactly how it sounded.
As it hits water.
Yeah. And so I... In summary, I pretty much ruined this barista's morning.
All right.
This guy's like, I have to pick up some. It's probably not even warm anymore. It's probably cold.
At 8:30 in the morning, this dude's got to pick up this other guy's shit.
And then go on with the rest of his
day. And to top it all off, I didn't buy a single thing from Coffee Bean.
Just use their Wi-Fi and bounce.
Just use your Wi-Fi and bounce. And that's another day with Josh.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Another bathroom adventure with Josh.
Jesus Christ.
Best place to find a toilet, so at home is where I go. Out with some friends, got the fear pretty early, and my ass is about to blow. Come on over and check out the new Squatty Potty. I think you should give it a try. If you stink it up, strike one up on the matchbox, and now I'm dropping trout, and it begins to crown. Not to brag or be proud of, this bowl was not made for somebody like me. Come on in, followed by me. This should be crazy, wasn't just pee, said foo. Let's not brag too much. Groundhogging now, I hope we have some TP. Come on in, followed by me. Come on in, followed by me. I'm in love with the make of poo. We push and squeeze through the GI tube. I feel my heart is failing too. I'm in love with the party. All night you're in the bathroom, and now the whole place smells of poo. Every day remembering that food I chewed. I'm in love with the party. 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 Every day remembering that food I chewed. I'm in love with the make of food. Not lactose free, but going all in like opening the floodgates. The food you eat is risky, but take all you can eat. Trip to the John after eating a plate. You shit for hours and hours, it's also pungent and sour. How can your anus still be doing okay? Try to act all classy while being all gassy. Tell the plumber not to go far away, and I'm shitting like don't brag or be proud of. This bowl was not made for somebody like me. Come on in, followed by me. This should be crazy, wasn't just pee, said foo. Let's not brag too much. Groundhogging now, I hope we have some TP. Come on in, followed by me. Come on in, followed by me. I'm in love with the make of poo. We push and squeeze through the GI tube. I feel my heart is failing too. I'm in love with the party. All night you're in the bathroom, and now the whole place smells of poo. Every day remembering that food I chewed. I'm in love with the party. 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 Every day remembering that food I chewed. I'm in love with the make of poo. Come see my brown baby, come on. 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 I'm in love with the make of poo. push and squeeze through the GI tube. I feel my heart is failing too. I'm in love with the party. All night you're in the bathroom, and now the whole place smells of poo. Every day remembering that food I chewed. I'm in love with the party. Come see my brown baby, come on. 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 Come see my brown baby, party. Every day remembering that food I chewed. I'm in love with the makeup poo.
Well, on this joint report today, we have Band Kid. What's up, Band Kid?
What's up, Ben?
What's going on, guys? It's Band Kid here.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, what's up, man?
So, hey, man, we met you through Instagram. You hit us up on one of our posts from a couple episodes ago, and I couldn't help but just click on your page, notice that you were putting up some videos of dabbing. You're from Arizona. What part of Arizona?
Currently, I'm in Tucson, repping the 520.
Right on.
Okay.
Cool, dude. So yeah, you want to tell us a little bit about your Instagram page? And I understand that you also have a link to more videos. Is that right?
Yeah. So currently, I'm currently starting out with Instagram, and I'm going to be branching off with that. I got a YouTube page that's established, but for the most part, I'm going to start really pushing the WeedTube. I'm on the WeedTube as well as an author. That's it's a new website that came out this year, and it's essentially for marijuana influencers who are trying to grow their brands, and there's certain content, YouTube and everybody changing their terms and conditions. The WeedTube is essentially for weed influencers like myself and others.
Oh, really?
To essentially grow and thrive essentially in the marijuana market, because it's taking off regardless of whether Instagram or Facebook or YouTube,
right,
whether they will keep up with it or not. It's going to take off. Michigan just opened up itself, their recreational legalization. So it's just one state at a time is going to open up, hundreds and hundreds constantly opening up. And, so it's a new website. So, I've got myself established on there as well. And, I'm just working on really branching out, but essentially I'm using Instagram as my main hub to grow everything currently.
That's awesome, man. This is Josh, by the way. I've seen some of your videos, and dude, you take some monster rips on some of that dab, man. I am impressed. I am impressed. Most of that shit would have me floored, coughing on the floor.
It's right there.
Yeah, man, it makes me look like a bitch.
Yeah, man. I feel like I should be in the fetal position after I take a dab like that. It's like, why, God?
I call it a day after one of those. That's for sure.
Hell yeah, man. That's the wave right there, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what it comes down to, bro, is like, I just try to be real with it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And there's going to be certain videos where essentially, I got a different message in mind, but, some of them other videos, I go ahead and like to show how much that, that hit kicked my ass and shit, because, that's what it's about for me, that adds to the comedy and whatnot. People like to watch me get my ass whipped because, realistically, I do have asthma. There's not that many people that know that yet, but you know what I mean? It's just kind of funny to, for watch me get my ass whooped by fat ass dabs and shit like that. So, yeah, that's kind of a new thing that's been kind of like starting, so they enjoy that a lot.
It's like going up against a heavyweight. You're just a 145 pound lightweight going up against a 250 pounder.
Word.
And like, you gotta. It's all about them thumbnails, bro. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my name out there and shit like that.
Yeah,
so,
man.
I mean, that's essentially what it comes down to is, I'm gonna be smoking that much regardless. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Hey, might as well make some money off
I might as well throw it all into one hit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, do it for the gram.
Yeah, man.
A gram for the gram. You do a gram for the gram.
Yeah.
Hey, man. So, in checking out your Instagram account, you had you put it. You mentioned it in your bio that you're over 160 days sober. If you don't mind me asking, dude, what's that story all about?
All right, so yeah, shit. Well,
for what it comes down to for me is like, you know, I've struggled with opiate addiction for many years of my life. As a matter of fact, you know, actually all the way back to when I was 16. You know, I'm originally from the Northeast, from Pennsylvania, actually kind of where Lil Skies is from, those little small towns that he's from. Yeah. That's kind of the area that I'm from. Not a lot to do out there. So, here, let me like this.
Yeah. No.
So what it comes down to, though, for me is like, you know, I guess, you know, people, places, and things, you know what I mean? I got into a little bit of the wrong crowd at a young age, and, you know, really got into the opiates from a young age, and I guess, you know, what it came down to for me is I just had the hardest time really, you know, accepting that shit had control over my life.
Yeah.
And, you know, for many years I was in denial that it did. I was just, you know, I only wanted to accept the fact that, you know, it physically had me addicted. But, you know, the portion of it where it had control of my life, I didn't want to admit that part of it. And, you know, it took me a long time to really, instead of, you know, in and out of detox, that's no life to live either. So, you know, when I finally went ahead and went to rehab, that's really what difference for me. And when it came down to, you know, being an influencer, any sort whatsoever on Instagram or, you know, like this is something that I've always been looking forward to doing, something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to make an influence on people. Yeah. It's just that, you know, I've always been too consumed within my, you know, my own problems. And that's something that, of course, yeah, I'm still overcoming, you know, day by day. But, you know, it definitely gets easier, you know, with more time under my belt, that's for sure. And I'd say, you know, I would definitely say that, you know, the Bandkid page has definitely helped me stay consistent with that as well. You know, it's like...
That's great. That's great. You know, congratulations on getting 160, you know, and, you know, power to you for moving on and keep moving forward. That's awesome, man. And, you know, all the stuff that you've been doing on your channel, it's funny. It's funny as shit. I just saw the video of you taking a dab, and this chick was twerking right behind you the entire time. That was great. Like, I didn't even need to see the chick. That was just great. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. Like,
yeah, man. I be staying busy. You know, I stay busy on that. You know, I'm always trying to come up with something different. I'm always trying to. You know, the thing is with me is like there's a lot of marijuana influencers out there trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. You understand? But with Bandkid, you know, I'm always make sure that, you know, my followers, whenever they look at my videos, you know, I'm constantly, you know, going to be on tweaking my videos and making those better. I'm constantly going to be looking at my competition, constantly, you know, working to make myself better in all aspects. But, you know, what it comes down to is that, you know, the consistency isn't going away with Bandkid, you know what I mean? I'm going to be here forever.
Yeah, dude.
Right on, man.
Hey,
right on.
So tell us a little bit about Arizona, if you don't mind. I don't know too much about what's going on, at least politically, in regards to the legalization of cannabis out there. What's the situation like? Like, what's legal? What's permitted? Tell us all about that.
So currently, they've had medicinal marijuana has been passed in Arizona. It's been about, I'd say 4 or 5 years now. So, the market's definitely, you know, grown a lot when it comes to that aspect. But, this past election, that we just had, you know, the proposition to vote on legalization, they didn't get enough signatures. So that one didn't get voted on this year. But last year, I know when they voted on it last year, it was about I'd say 53 to like 47, if I recall.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty close. But this past election, they didn't get enough signatures on the prop.
Shit.
Damn. Well, I mean, keep promoting it out there, man. We got to get this.
We need to get our neighbors on board with it.
Yeah. You know, like I'm gonna be here, and you know, I'm gonna hopefully be making my way over to the Bay Area. I'd say come early 2019, anyways. So
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to be making waves here for as long as possible, and if anyone wants to jump on board, they can, but you know what I mean? This wave's going to be just getting bigger, and, I'm going to be, moving on to Cali where the market really is opened up, and I can really start, getting some things together. I already got a few people out there that we're going to have a couple collaborations between each other for right now, but, we're really going to be working with each other whenever I can actually get over there in that area, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, man, so you just told us about your overcoming your addiction. So how has the use of cannabis assisted with that in any way?
Well, I'd say, what it comes down to is, I was in the throes of my addiction, fentanyl addiction for a good 3-4 years straight. And, your mind gets used to being on a certain substance for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And whenever you stop taking that substance, even after the actual withdrawal effects, you're still going to have what's called post-acute withdrawal syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you experience, roller coasters of emotions constantly throughout the next 3 to 12 months of sobriety, essentially.
Yeah.
And, I'd say with the cannabis for me is, it just really helps with, those roller coaster of emotions, when times when I am feeling anxious or times that I am feeling, maybe a little depressed or maybe a little caught up, because everybody feels that way. And that's just part of life. And it's all about coping with that in a healthy manner. Mm-hmm. And what it comes down to for me is, coping with cannabis is a lot more healthy than coping with, something like heroin or fentanyl. Mm-hmm. To where my life turns, completely unmanageable as to whenever, I'm actively, using cannabis, but nothing else. As long as I stay true to, just to stay true to cannabis, my life does stay manageable. And, I'm not speaking for everybody either, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm speaking for myself that, that I don't necessarily have like a problem with that. Essentially, it actually helps me to stay focused and to stay on track.
Yeah, man.
That sounds about right. I mean, that's right on, man. I mean, I know a lot of people that kind of lean on, cannabis because it does have that even out factor. It does mellow you out and even you out, especially with, when you're coming down from harder drugs. So, yeah, man. I mean, right. Stick to the green. Stick to the good green, man. Stick to the good green.
For sure. That's facts right there, man. That's facts right there.
Yeah, dude. Well, Band Kid, tell everybody where they can find your videos. If you have anything you plug in, anything that you might have your sights set in the future. This is where can everybody find you?
Okay, for sure. So, for right now, the main spot, check me out on Instagram. That's going to be Band Kid, Band with 2 Ds. You already know what the fuck it is, dog. Other than that, you can check me out on the WeedTube. You can check me out on YouTube. And I got a Facebook page that's just made right now. Other than that, be in tune with my hip-hop. That's going to be coming out soon. And other than that, I would love for everybody to please check out and just check out my brother at producer Trent Taylor _. That's my brother right there. That's family right there. He's looked out for me. Nice. I look out for him. That's a true definition of an artist coming from nothing and, building himself up somewhat of a platform right now to where, he's somewhat on his feet now and able to get away from that old trap lifestyle where you're dealing with, drugs constantly and selling drugs. And that's just not the life, kids. I'm telling you right now, that's just not the life, man. So, I would love for everybody, if you fuck with Band Kid, I would love for y'all to check out at producer Trent Taylor _. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on Spotify, iTunes. You can find him on any music streaming platform worldwide.
Dope.
So, other than that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can fuck with me. You'll be seeing daily videos, daily dabs every day. You already know what the fuck it is.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, Band Kid. Right on, man. Well, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being on the Fubar Show. We look forward to your continued growth, man, and we'll touch base soon, dude.
Hell yeah, guys. We really appreciate you guys. Hey, man, fuck with Fubar. Fuck with my man, Fubar Show, www.fubarshow.com.
That's right,
man.
Know
what the fuck it is.
That's right. All right, man.
All right, brother.
Take care, brother.
Have a good night.
All right. Dap gang.
I wanted to complain about something real quick, and I think you guys might agree.
It's not going to be real quick then.
All right. One thing that has really been chapping my ass. Do you know when...
Your assless chaps.
My assless chaps. Besides my assless chaps.
You know what really grinds my gears?
All right. So you know what really irritates me these days is like, you go to the drive-thru, right? You go to the drive-thru, you order what you're going to order, and then... you expect for them to give you the total, is everything okay on the screen, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to drive over to the window. These days, I've been getting a lot of, do you want ketchup or hot sauce or any kind of condiments over at the talk box? And I'm like, why the fuck does it matter right now? Just take my order
so
and
they
let's
can
get
throw
this
it in
going.
the bag. Fool.
But you know what, dude? That doesn't happen. That motherfucker who I talked
They
to
still-
just a second ago,
they still
it's
ask
not
at
the
the
guy
window.
taking my money at the window. Thus, how's that guy supposed to know to have my ketchup and or barbecue sauce ready to go?
Well, is it on the
does
screen?
He does it.
Is it on the screen?
It's not on the screen.
Okay, well, what were you purchasing first off? What was the dinner item?
I don't see how that's relevant.
Well, it is relevant.
Okay.
If it is let's say chicken nuggets or
No,
tenders?
it's not, and it's
Okay.
not. And
Then
yeah, it's just a burger, fries, and a drink.
Then they had no business.
They have no business asking me that. And 9 times out of 10, and I have a goddamn right to be skeptical about these
It must be
motherfuckers.
Jack's.
Well, I only go to Jack in the Box. You know this.
Yes.
But I don't know who's training them to do this because I've gone to multiple ones. I like to explore Jack in the Boxes as I travel throughout the world.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, don't go to that one.
You
don't want to go to
QA every or you QC
Right. I
every
should work
Jack
for him,
Box.
really.
Oh my God, no! Please come full circle. Huh?
And I know my first job in high school. I love it. I fucking love it.
You retire
They-
there.
They know what they're doing.
So you're
I'll
saying
find myself a
next
franchise.
time I get like a burger and fries and they ask for a hot sauce or ketchup, I should
Take
say
your business elsewhere.
I should say hot
That's it.
sauce. I should say hot sauce.
No, well,
Sell your
why are they
house,
asking?
Buy a Jack in the Box franchise. Sell your house.
And live at the Jack in the Box.
Live at the
Jack.
Jack.
No,
Live
you
on
guys
the
are-
top.
You guys are going off into some stupid tangent now.
We'll do it.
The
wait,
point
what's
is,
important?
and
What's
has that
important?
happened to you? And my question was going to be, has
Going
that
off on a
happened to
tangent?
you? And shut up. Has it happened to you where they ask you for that at the talk box, you get to
Only-
the window and they don't come through?
Only at Jack's.
It happened. It
Actually,
happened
at
to me
Taco Bell.
Jack's, Taco Bell,
And Wendy's.
and
And
Wendy's.
what was your
and
reaction?
Wendy's.
Did you hold them accountable?
No, I just gave him whatever the hell I wanted.
I always say no thanks, and then I'm there. I'm like, by the way, can I get some ketchup?
Yeah, and that's funny you say that because that's going to be my new approach moving
Of
forward.
course.
I mean, I can't deal with these fucking clowns who are trying to be proactive
Actually,
and they don't come through.
Actually, let's do a little-
they're setting themselves up for failure.
You should do a controlled experiment next time.
Oh, yeah?
When you go to different Jack in the Boxes.
Okay.
You should do what you just said, and then see if the guy at the window offers you any.
Well, you know what,
when
dude?
you say no thanks,
And
that way you can really be pissed off.
I'm going to give you the scoop. This is why I don't go to McDonald's anymore.
Oh,
it's because they don't offer it. I mean, they should offer it. I mean, if they got a good system going on, they should offer it, but they don't. I never get offered ketchup when they give me the bag. Have you ever noticed that?
Huh.
I don't go to McDonald's.
Like you have to ask for it.
You think
have to
they're
ask for ketchup.
They're saving billions of dollars on ketchup.
Look-
Well, did you saw the movie Founder? You saw how cheap freaking the goddamn owner was.
That was a good movie, by the way.
That was a really good movie.
When they start asking you at the talk box, I think it's a way for them to try to speed up the process instead
It's
of asking
making it
you.
slower though, and it's making me look like a dick.
Why?
You are a
Because
dick.
you can't decide if you
Hang
want
on,
ketchup or barbecue sauce.
You guys were in the car with me once when they asked me after like a laundry list because all you fucks were in the car with me, so we ordered a large order, and they're just like, "Would you like ketchup, hot sauce?" And barbecue, anything that would be applicable to the order that we got. And then I'm just like, yeah, give me all that. We'll see what happens. Sure enough, it was not in the bag. I had to ask for it again. Nay, the guy who took my money, which is not the person who fucking took my order at the talk box.
How do you know?
How do you know, man?
Because it was a lady and then it was a dude. So,
How do you know?
you know what, dude? You're right. It's 2018.
It's 2018,
I shouldn't
man.
judge.
How else is your day, Fu?
So did you get your ketchup or what?
I know, man.
Yeah,
Come
after
on.
I asked for it.
So you still had to ask for it?
Dude.
Yes.
I have the
Yes.
best.
That's my point,
dude. You should next time go and be like, I want all the condiments, and see what happens at the window.
Well, I mean, if I'm at Jack in the Box, they'll give them to me. Trust me, I know.
No, they'll give you like 10 hot sauce packets and then like 3 ketchup.
No, because it happens in every fast food restaurant because it's the way of the fast food restaurateurs. Where if you get what you get, and if you ask for more, you get 2 handfuls worth in a separate bag. Like, here, motherfucker, shut the fuck up and get out of my drive-thru.
Don't ask for any next time.
Yeah, that should hold you for the next 10 visits, bitch.
You know what would be funny is if that guy remembered you from the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, asked you, do you still have all that sauce I gave you last time? Because I'm not going to give you any more.
Or when you get to the window, like, no, you don't get any hot sauce, bro. I gave you like 80 packets.
It's going to turn into the sauce Nazi.
I mean, whose fault was that, though? Whose fault was that?
Just ask
for saying, man.
No sauce for you.
Nah, I think he needs to take a long look in the mirror, is what I'm saying. Reevaluate who the fuck he is and all that shit.
Take a look in the mirror.
That's not the lyrics.
I don't care.
Okay.
Say hi, Steph.
What's up, my dudes?
And we have Metalhead Nelson.
Hey, man. What's going on?
So I have to make a confession to everybody listening in right now.
Yep.
This is not the first time that we're recording this episode.
No, it's not. It is not. It is not.
So what had happened?
What had happened?
What had happened was that my recording thing it glitched out, and it didn't capture the first 20 minutes of the show.
Okay. So I mean, you think that you would tell us at least 10 minutes after that would have happened. Right?
I didn't realize it until I told us to start recording again.
How long had we been recording?
I just told you 20 minutes.
No. How long have we?
Oh no, we finished the podcast. I'll splice this together, sir.
You son of a bitch.
The second half of this podcast is going to sound immaculate, everybody.
Glitched.
Yeah, glitched. And what sucks, too, is that my backup is the Instagram live feed. And my device that routes the sound from the board to the video on Instagram ran out of batteries.
No.
So my plan B fucked up as well.
So... Are these rechargeable batteries? Or,
No.
So, how long has the batteries?
I just changed them, dude. I shit you not. That's what sucks because I didn't expect them to die because the previous set of batteries lasted at least like 30 episodes.
What kind of batteries are you using?
Energizer, sir. You gotta
defective.
Duracell, man.
But the bunny, man, the bunny.
Call the bunny.
Just keeps going and going. And
obviously not.
Yeah, evidently
Bad batch.
But I gotta say, I mean, since we're doing this all over, you can call that rehearsal.
Oh, fuck you!
And it sucks for you because your voice is almost out.
My throat can't take it anymore.
Yeah, in a later episode, we in Fubar Sports, you mentioned that you just went to the Rams-Eagles game. It was a Rams home game.
It was the Eagles-Rams game. Let's get that straight.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
So you told your voice to take a hike that night.
Oh yeah. I knew. You know what? It's my birthday weekend. I'm getting fucked up. I'm going to scream at every fan I see. I don't give a shit if my team loses. I'm having a good time.
Happy belated, by the way.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And man, I got to say, this is the second to last podcast that we're going to be doing out of the dumpy little office here in West Covina. We're going to be moving this over to Ontario. But we've been meeting our neighbors over in Ontario. Everybody's very cool. We're the youngest people on the block. And I hope that everybody's cool with us having parties over. So
you guys are IT guys now.
Yep, the IT of the neighborhood.
Yeah, showing everybody how to send an email.
I need some help over here, damn it. I can't find my teeth.
What should my password be? Password 123?
Yes.
Can you take a look at my car, man?
Oh, God.
If only Tommy Chung lived there.
That'd be dope.
That'd
be dope as all fuck.
Yes.
But... Nelson, you're on the show today, man, because you hit me up. You hit me up. Last week, right? Mm-hmm. You're just like I guess
I listened to your pod and that episode specifically.
The woes of online dating with the foo.
I remember I got off the bus and I was walking to work, and this one really caught my attention. Okay, I want to hear about this, and I'm come to find out I would have a story.
A story of your own. So everybody, get the popcorn because here's another woes of online dating. fucking music. So Nelson, what story do you have for us today, man?
So a quick disclaimer, and I'll get into this story. I will not use names. I will use the either chick, broad, or crazy broad.
Okay.
I won't mention where she lives, but just know there's a ghostwriter involved.
Okay, cool.
So,
Flaming skull and all.
Hey.
That wasn't the only thing flaming.
Oh.
You got Snoopy running down the street there.
Hey, I guess. But it was cold as ice. I tell you that much.
Jesus Christ.
But so I use the app OkCupid. Anybody familiar with that app at all?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
yeah.
I've never used it myself, but I hear that it's not that great. Apparently,
it's not one of the best. It is better than.
It is
Plenty
better.
of Fish.
It is better than Plenty of Fish.
Very
There's a lot of
much.
spammers on there.
I see.
So.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a few spammers on there, but the girls on there are very much more.
So
duds.
it's pretty much a Craigslist kind of situation.
It's better.
It's like
way, way better.
Yeah, it's,
Craigslist that was raunchy.
Yeah.
I would say where POF is like MySpace.
OkCupid.
Like OkCupid is kind of like Tumblr.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just like
more into detail if they decide to actually write something in their profiles.
and then the ones, I mean,
see.
you rarely get girls that actually fill out fully their profile. Like half the time, you just see it says NA, not applicable. It's like, okay, well, just put something. Or just say,
like
ask-
why are you even here then if you're not gonna
Yeah,
okay.
And then sometimes you'll even
information.
see like, ask me, bitch.
What's the whole point?
Give me something to ask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But just for the record, you guys are lucky. You guys are married.
Yeah,
You do
yeah.
not
Yeah, I got
want
out of that
to-
game right on time.
The
But
old-fashioned way. That's cool.
Yep.
so,
Yep.
but
So where'd you meet this nice young lady?
so we met on OkCupid. Granted, we never met in person, but this was a long, like, from mid-October until actually like about, I want to say, a week ago.
And then she asked you to pay her money.
No.
Oh.
No money involved.
Oh.
So this starts off mid-October. I want to say about a week before Halloween. I end up meeting this chick. Okay,
What's her name?
I'm not giving that out. I already disclaimer that. Crazy broad.
Okay.
Nice.
So
where'd she live?
Quiet you.
I'm not.
Go
saying
ahead.
that.
Go ahead, man.
But we ended up talking on the app for a little while. Her full-time job is driving rideshare, obviously. Yeah, so
Yeah, it is.
How
So-
many shares?
That's quite a amount of the shares here. Okay,
Go ahead,
but,
continue. Sorry.
on a serious note, more so, we got to talking on the app. She ends up giving me her phone number.
Okay.
I thought that was cool, so I gave her
So
my
far,
phone
so
number.
good?
So we would talk on a regular basis, almost every night, anywhere from 30 minutes to about 2 hours. Maybe shorter if she has a rider and she's in between like her breaks. It's usually about 15, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But usually our conversations run smooth, no awkward pauses, and it just keeps going. We have a lot in common when it comes down to our humor, music, and what we like to watch, stuff like that.
Yeah.
She loves Wayne's World. I fucking love Wayne's World. She loves the 70s show. We can go on for hours and hours. Okay, so I'm at this high point where I'm like, okay, I found this chick.
Yeah.
And things are going to be good. Things are going to work out. That wasn't the case.
Aw.
So
Well, let me just sip this back up.
yeah.
Put that
Sure.
away, sir.
Yep. Sorry.
So when I look at profiles, I make sure there's no kids involved. I'm not want to deal with. If you got kids, okay, bye.
Keep them chitlins out of here.
I don't want none.
I hear that.
So, but we get to talking and things go good. We set up. It hasn't even been like close to a week, and we set up like 2 dates. I was gonna. Weirdly enough, they were a week apart from each other that we were supposed to go out in November. So it was supposed to be, I was going to take her to Grill Mall in Alhambra to get some burgers.
Bomb
and
ass
then-
place, by the way.
Yeah, great place. And take her to different spots, like these movie location spots she wasn't aware of. So, like down to Covina or where they shot the beginning scene of Wayne's World, Pointy Hills, where they did the Back to the Future intro, beginning, and then of course over to now Peter's El Loco, where Good Burger was.
Yeah.
That didn't happen. We had another date the following weekend, the following Thursday. We were supposed to go to this resort in Pelican Hill, close to around that Crystal Cove area, you know. And we were gonna dress up, me with a suit and tie, her all fancied up, and we were supposed to go shoot the shit, have a good time, you know. That didn't happen. Things came up on Halloween. She receives this certified letter from her ex's mom threatening to sue her.
What the fuck?
For you can't really sue somebody for that you're not married to. It was regarding like stuff saying like the money
involved.
No property involved. It was like money that came out of pocket, like that, like car or things that need to be fixed on the car and stuff like that. But can't do that if it's all cash. There's no record of anything.
Yeah.
So she receives that, and keep in mind that I haven't said that when I got to know her, she told me she just got out of a 7-year toxic relationship that had like her emotionally abused. So she's pretty messed up. So I know, but coming off of that, she ends up telling me, okay, she needs to go to a friend's house in San Bernardino. To just like get away from everything, just relax. They're more like family friends.
Yeah.
So it's more like family. So go hang out with them and then try to clear her head. Okay. She gets a hold of me on like a Sunday. I just got back from Howlin' Rays in Chinatown. Great place, by the way. If you ever get a chance, go, but go early. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting in 2-3 hour lines. But it's damn worth it. So get the Sando or the tenders. They're good.
To the date, man. To the date.
But, okay, so we never got to do any of that, but come to find out later, I remember she had told me out of the blue, it was like she had been thinking, no, she's not ready to date. She really needs to be single right now. So, I'm like, okay, I respect that. Come down the line, somewhere between the time before Thanksgiving, we had a good conversation. And of course, I go to San Manuel, to have a good time. The next day, I go to a wrestling pay-per-view at Staples Center. And, you know, she tells me if she doesn't answer the phone, if she's driving somebody and she's dropping her off to their location. Okay.
She is.
She'll give me a call back. She does. That Sunday night, I give her a call, 7 o'clock, nothing. Okay. I didn't hear anything from her for the whole entire week. Thanksgiving morning. Okay, 3:30, I'm on the can, you know. You gotta do business, you know. And
I set my watch to 3:30.
Do you do your taxes too?
Oh, I get my little green visor and I go to town, sir.
Gets his correspondence in order. You know.
So I'm going through my Instagram and somehow I don't see her profile. It's just weird. And then, luckily enough, my photography one is connected.
Yeah.
Somehow I figure out I'm blocked.
Okay.
For I don't know what reason. I feel like maybe I said something wrong that day, and so I do something which maybe like my best friend, she told me I shouldn't have done that. My brother even told me I shouldn't have done this.
Oh no!
But I went on an OkCupid.
Oh,
our conversations are still up, so I write this long, heartfelt letter.
Oh no!
Saying like,
Nelson saying so.
Saying like if you didn't want me around, you should have told me from the beginning.
Which she should have, by the way.
Yeah.
And I told her that, and I put it as like kind of my fault. Maybe I fucked up, something like that. And I put, if this is how it's going to be, it's going to be like that. Take care of yourself. Best of luck. Goodbye. Happy Thanksgiving. And then in the PS, I put like something to make her laugh, like a quote from Wayne's World.
Okay.
So beauty about paying for these apps, you get to know if they read it.
Yeah.
So I paid for it, so I knew she read it. But
She saw it, yeah.
Yeah. So it said read, so I'm like, okay. That Sunday, when I go to Katie Jake's, I get off my Uber, I get a text. Because I already deleted her contact, but I kept her number on there. Just if
you didn't erase the conversation. It's
I
still
deleted
there.
that too. I deleted the conversation. I deleted her contact, but I kept the number in my contacts. So if
Okay.
it were to show up,
You
I
know it's her.
noticed. I kind of remembered how those last 4 digits roll.
Right.
So I get this text saying, "Hey, I really need to apologize." I'm like, God. I step in to go talk to a friend, and I walk out and I see the rest of the messages saying like, "Oh, she's apologizing for her actions," stuff like that.
Okay.
She's been going through this difficult growth phase for the last 6 months.
I was on a huge bender.
So-
I didn't know what year it was.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, but I don't know. She had told me she's big time into dabbing too. But
Okay.
Hey, whoa, don't you dare.
Does she wanna be on the show?
dabbing.
No. Let's not go there, okay? I don't want to hear from this chick anymore.
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Loosen up.
So continue.
So I miss my friends Judas Priest tribute band because we were on the phone for about an hour.
Damn.
But I'm a little over an hour. But I got to catch my friend's Black Sabbath tribute after that. The next night, we have a 4-hour long conversation.
Jesus.
What the hell?
4 hours.
4 hours?
4 hours from 8 o'clock to like 12. I didn't go to bed till like 12:30.
How much of that was silence?
None.
Oh,
None.
wow.
It's continuous.
Jeez, dude, you're a trooper.
But
You're-
we have so much. We had so much in common, and it just flowed, man.
Yeah.
And then come to find, like a couple days later, when I came back from Sacramento from my trip, and she tells me, "Oh, something was really bugging her. She wasn't ready to talk about it." I'm like, "Okay, you know."
She had 4 hours to talk about it.
No, it was
Christ.
like
okay.
past the following week, and we go past that week,
Uh-huh.
and then it's that weekend.
Okay.
She
So this is
finds
new
out on
information
Sunday.
that she's bummed out about now.
So she's bummed out of what she found out. She's saying she's pretty conflicted about it.
Okay.
And not ready to talk about it. So the next day, I give her a call. We ended up talking, and she tells me there's no better time to talk about it. She found out she was pregnant.
Wait a minute. From a bathroom rest stop?
No.
Oh.
I guess between after that 6 months, there was only one other person she dated. They had a thing for a while. It didn't work out for whatever reason. And I guess he knocked her up and...
Dude.
So this had to have happened in the time that you guys
September.
were...
September, early October.
Okay.
So she had told me about this guy, like, they're good friends, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what this whole monoglamous lifestyle is. I don't know.
What?
So
monoglamous?
I don't know. I read this thing and it's like chicks that have sex with one person, people that have sex with one person at a time.
Monogamy?
There you go.
Monogamous.
Yeah, it's monogamous.
There it is.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. This is a second take.
Monogamy, everyone.
Monogamy.
The more you
But
we got two monogamists in here.
Oh.
What?
What the?
But so she tells me that. I'm like, okay, whatever route. I'm a good guy, so I'm like, okay, whatever route you do, I totally support you. And she's like, really appreciative of that. I don't hear from her for like a whole week. I don't know what this ghosting thing is. I never really understood it. I'm a man about closure,
Yeah.
So,
But we live in a world of cowards now, so you know.
yeah, it's unfortunate, man.
yeah.
But so
It's
this
how-
time,
it's how it is.
I really got. I don't know if I caught a cold or some kind of flu or something. But I got sick. I called out of work. I called her 10 o'clock that morning, and she answers.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Which is okay. And she tells me, those two they're gonna try to make it work. Blah blah blah. She hadn't make a final decision yet about whatever. And I don't contact her for about a day or so. And then the day that I do, which is weird because the day that I contact her, I find out my number's blocked.
Oh, man.
Wow. I'm
Oh, jeez.
off of social media. She blocked me. So I could only leave a voicemail, which I did. So the thing about, I remember I made a Google Voice account about a month or two ago.
What is that, Google Voice account?
You can create your own phone number. So I did that. So you can do podcasts, have people call in or whatever.
Yeah, Google has this free service where, like, if you don't have a phone number and you need one, so that you can, I don't know, make some phone calls to try to get a job or whatever, you get a phone number.
It's a free sign up, but if you want to change the number, they definitely charge you about $20.
Okay.
But definitely worth it. So what I did is I download the app onto my phone. And I send her this long, heartfelt text message saying, it was like 3 paragraphs almost. So it was like write a whole damn paper. I tell her, the first thing I started off with, is I guess our friendship meant nothing to you if you decided if you felt the need to block me.
Damn, good.
I didn't bash her, but I said like, your worst quality is the only downfall of you is probably that you feel the need to get rid of people when you're really, not feeling right. So I told her, I'm not here at your disposal, at your convenience, just to appear magically out of thin air when you need somebody.
Snap.
And I said, this is truly goodbye. I'll never bother you ever again. About an hour later, I get this text saying, I'd appreciate it if you didn't contact me anymore. Again, I don't want any future contact. You need to respect that.
Dang.
This number is being blocked.
Boom.
Wow.
That was the end of that. I got my closure that I needed, but it was fucked up.
That sucks, man. What a bitch.
Yep, with a capital C.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
God.
She's a
Dude.
terrible person.
Terrible person.
So,
Nelson, man, you're too good of a guy.
But on a higher note, I did find somebody else.
No,
that,
fucking
awesome. I found that light at the end of the tunnel. We had talked before, but it didn't. There was like some things that were going in her life that really didn't allow her to really have the heart to date, and now she does. So
yeah,
okay,
it's gonna.
Well, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you luck with that because goddamn, the dating scene sucks right now.
Oh God,
it does. So. If the worst comes to worst, things don't work out, hell, I might move out of state and start somewhere else, man.
That's why you don't hear any woes of online dating from me, because I ain't trying.
Well, that's going to do it for another
there is no
woes
try.
of online dating. Well, speaking of Benny Hill, Steph, you had a Benny Hill situation where you were trying to walk the dog.
Oh
you want to tell us about this?
Yes. It sucked.
Is it a rough
sucked
situation?
Oh my
God.
God.
God damn it. Up the door. Right there. Right there.
Goodbye. I am the Weasgisling.
So I get home early from work, and it's daylight. And I was like, oh, yeah, I can finally walk this dog. Because usually I only have time at night, and then we just walk in the yard. So I'm taking this dog out, and we're doing fine. And then eventually, at one point, he just starts dragging me. This almost 100-pound German Shepherd. I'm just a little bit bigger than him. And he's like tugging at me. And my arm's like straight out, and I'm trying to reel him back in. So he has this new harness. And I grab the harness and I try to walk him beside me. You know, I'm trying to train him. Do the Cesar Millan thing. The doesn't work.
No, not on the 95-pound dog.
No, over about 100-pound dog. Will not
You got to grab his hide.
You got to have a...
You got to be firm with it.
Yeah, just be firm.
I'm grabbing the harness, and like every 3 feet, I have to stop him because he's trying to just run away. Because all he wants to do is just be let off the leash and just take off down the street. So eventually, you know, we do our little loop, and we're just one house away from coming home. And I know at the house across the street from where we live, there's this very barky ass white German Shepherd that kind of just sits behind the fence barking at everything.
It's worse than a little pizza shit dog, man. This dog barks just as much as one.
Yeah, as those little yappy dogs.
It's fucking louder.
Stupid dog!
Every time, even when people just walk, if it's just someone walking by or driving by, this fucking dog, all of a sudden, an alarm sets off with them.
It's like a fucking rooster. The sun comes up, bark, 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 bark.
Yeah.
The sun goes down, bark, 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 bark.
Hey, what are you doing up there? Get back here. Hey, where are you going?
Hey, do you guys see that? The clouds are moving. Hey!
God, that's how it feels.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. That dog will not shut up.
And so when I walk Pluto, we've walked past this house before, but he was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And so he was easier to manage. Usually I would just kind of walk on the other side and like go around the long way. But this time I decided, okay, he has a harness. He's not getting away from me too bad right now. I have his harness in one hand and have the handle of the leash in the other. And so we're approaching it.
So she was being ballsy.
I was being ballsy. We're approaching it. And I'm just like, okay, so far so good. And then all of a sudden he just takes off.
Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
Just picture you dragging behind the dog.
He takes off and the leash is retractable, so I see it pulling, and I'm just I failed because there's a split second where I said I should probably let go, but I didn't, and so he pulls me, and my body just starts lifting off the ground, and I'm turning sideways, and I land on the grass. Land on my hip.
Wow.
And as I land, there's this big SUV turning the corner, and he kind of stops, and he kind of looks at me, and so I turn around, and I throw up my hands, and I'm just like, I give up. I give up on life.
And you look at the camera, and you're like, it's a living.
It's a living.
I can imagine when you fell. It's kind of like that part on Dumb and Dumber when Lloyd goes off the freaking runway. It's okay. I'm a limo driver.
Just like that. And so I know Pluto's not going to take off down the street, which is why I'm not in a rush to get up off the grass.
Okay.
Because he's just barking at that dog.
And, less money to have to spend in the future. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The leash is still in the extended position. So he's running back and forth throughout the neighbor's kind of side yard. And he's taking down all the planters with all the flowers and everything. And so, I'm trying to chase him down, grab the leash, but I know as soon as I grab the leash, he pulls at me again. And then eventually he does, one of his circle things, and he gets himself tied up in the leash and he starts crying because
he hog ties himself.
Yeah, he lassoed himself, and his back legs are tied, and so he tries hopping towards me because he needs some help. He's crying, but he also wants to play at the dog. So he's looking at me, looking back at the dog. He's like, I need you to just get me out of this.
Yeah.
So as I'm untying him, there's a guy walking across the street, and he's just like, you got a hold of him? And I'm just thinking, oh, this guy's going to help me. Right?
Nope.
He's just like, you got a hold of him? Because I need to cross the street, and I don't want your dog attacking me.
What a dick.
And now the whole time I'm thinking in my head, it's like, well, he's not going to attack you. He really doesn't care about you right now.
Yeah.
Okay? He cares about this dog that he wants to play with. And I'm just like, yeah, I guess I got him. So I muster up whatever strength I had left because I was super tired from fighting with him through the rest the walk. And I just lift him up and take him into our front yard and set him down. I was like, I give up. And so I walked through the front door and I'm holding his leash and I just threw it down. I was like, I fucking hate this dog.
Yeah, and I'm in the kitchen, just got home eating my lunch, and all of a sudden I just see the doors fly wide open. Dog comes in. Fucking hate this dog. Fucking hate him. I'm like, what the hell?
There's fur all over me because I had to pick him up. And, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a viral video you see tomorrow. If you see a girl wearing a pink shirt and black pants.
And eating shit.
Eating shit.
Oh,
German
man.
Shepherd gets away from her. That's me. Okay?
Breaking news.
America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yeah. Fail.
Sweet. Well, I'm sorry that happened.
Jesus. God.
That ought to teach you a lesson.
Well,
don't walk the dog.
Don't walk the dog.
Don't walk the or lift weights. Just bulk up. Yeah. I'll give you some creatine. Just get some creatine and go walk. Or give him
Just so he doesn't run so fast.
But food that's gonna strengthen his resolve.
Yeah,
that's right.
The dog that never misses leg day.
Yeah, his legs are already built.
Dang,
right?
That'd be dope.
No, I'll buy a
buff dog.
I'll buy a little chariot and then have him as my horse.
There you go. Yeah. All right, that'll work. Until he knocks you on your ass again.
He's not even going to go. He's just going to turn around and look at you.
No,
okay.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to go up to everybody's front lawn with me in the back of the chariot.
Yeah! Just take you right into traffic.
Right?
He's going to break the leash or whatever the hell you got him on. You're just going to go flying into traffic by yourself while he hangs out with the dog.
Well, if you can train huskies to mush a sled, then could probably train this animal.
Not him.
Oh,
He's dumb.
I guess not.
He's dumb. Dumb as a doorknob.
Well, thank you all very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Thank you for downloading the pod on most major podcast apps, subscribing, and telling a friend like a champ. You can always reach us at Foo Bar Show. That's FOOBarshow.com. And FOO Bar Show is our handle on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line, and we'll fill it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
I've been Josh.
And we're here to say don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Podcast listeners, Joe C here. Are you digging all the music talk and want to see what my band, The Fallen Electric, has in store? Check us out at thefallenelectric.com for all news, show dates, and contact information. Also, be sure to listen to our album, Never Seen the World, available on all digital music stores and streaming apps. It's time to get electrified.